There we go. There we go.
I think that's the quickest I've ever called you to get to a stream.
Hello, Pokemon.
Aside from the ones where like we're talking before stream.
Yeah.
There we go. That notification. In fact, I'm trying to get my AirPods in, but I couldn't find them because the light was off, and my bed sheet is a very light blue. So in the dark light, the white AirPod case looked like it was just part of the bed sheet, and I couldn't find my AirPods.
Hold down.
It's a skill issue for real, for real.
For real.
There.
And
I really shouldn't be sitting this close to a TV with my bad eyesight.
Did you finish Evoland 2?
Evoland 2.
No. We didn't even get halfway through, I don't think. In the 3 streams that we played it, we didn't even get halfway through.
Skill issue.
Real. But yeah, it was a lot longer than the first one.
Did we play the first one on stream?
Yeah, we beat it in 2 streams, I think.
Yeah.
Because the one where we finished Evoland 1, we started Evoland 2 the same stream.
Why is one of your tags British in it?
Why not, you know?
Fair enough. I want to laugh really loud because that's really funny to me, but I don't want to wake anybody up.
There you go. I played for 5 hours, 53 minutes, 52 seconds over the past 12 hours just to get back to where I was for you lot.
Thank you, Jensen. Almighty Jensen.
Because I
What can
told
we do to
myself I
repay
was
you?
going to do it on a Thursday, but I just completely forgot until like yesterday at like 9 o'clock at night.
Sounds like me. Yeah, that sounds like me when it comes to like working a game. It's just like, oh yeah, I'll farm simulated universe, like way before the rewards reset, so I can just be chill and not have to do it for a while.
Yeah, so I played
And
all
then
night last night, all morning.
Yeah. And then like I'll check simulated universe refresh time, and it's like tomorrow at like no hours, and I'm like, bro, I gotta speedrun all the different worlds to try and get enough points to try and like get the max 7,000 points.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow, so I can just chillax with the timer and then end up doing it again.
Yeah, so this is where we were.
Procrastination.
I'm pretty sure I haven't got exactly the same as I did last time, but I did.
Enjoy your life, mate.
Because yeah, there's like 3 vehicles there, I think, and there's like 3 vehicles that we haven't unlocked. We've only got a boat, which is in our pocket apparently. But yeah, so we've got 3 different companies.
It's a paper boat. Is it a fucking Georgie boat from it?
But yeah, so
But Pennywise gonna steal it.
Our first companion, which was called Fina in our last run because we kept speedrunning through because I accidentally kept calling myself the basic name, and I thought, you know. But this time we've gone back to them being called Chat. But then we've got Menos, who is still in the future, and then we've got Violet, I think, who is still with us. Yeah. We are in the professor's lab.
That masculine urge to just make a bunch of evil characters that are gods and then run havoc.
But I do think we are a level behind what we were. Not like a level as in area of the game, but like
fine.
Genuinely a level. But we're only like...
It's fine, you tried.
Oh! Look!
Yes? I'm looking.
Mini game.
Yeah? Nice.
I love this.
Why did I sound like I was talking to a small child who showed me like a crayon drawing? Like, nice.
Because my mental state is small child.
For real, for real. It's like sometimes you're like, sometimes people's mental state is just like millennial, like on their last like shred of existence, running only off of caffeinated beverages, and then other times it's like small child. Like no joke, like there's a worker who like, you know, like there's workers that stand in front of shops to like check
Yeah.
your receipts before you leave and that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to Kmart and there was a lady there and my mom was showing her our drinks. And they decided like to make sure she knew we didn't steal them. We were just chatting and then the lady mom mentioned how I'm very mature and the lady said that she can see that. And then when my mom was telling me, because I was listening to music and didn't hear it, like a while later, she mentioned Squishmallows. I'm like, so it's like,
I don't want to do it again.
it's what's the word for something that contradicts itself?
I just say contradiction.
No, it's not. I know there's a word for it.
Um.
I'm gonna ask my brother.
Oh, I
What's
forgot
the
about
word
those
for something that
vowels.
contradicts itself? Oxymoron. Thank you.
The grating looks to be electrified. It might not be safe. It might not be safe. How we avoid getting electrocuted.
In what universe would something that's electrified be safe?
Exactly. We just have to wait till
Unless
the
it's
energy
like
gets weak and
metaphoric
force down on it.
electrifying and not literal electrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's
Literally-
it's like an oxymoron. Like some moments you're like, oh yeah, I'm mature. I
So it
just drank
literally
like
keeps
5
being, like,
cups of coffee and now
electrified
I've just
and all that.
crashed.
And we can't attack while it's being shocked.
Ah, that makes sense. You gotta time your attacks.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
It was the same as when
Yeah.
the lights kept going out. You had to wait for the lights to be on, otherwise your attack would just completely miss.
Mm.
Oh, I was shocked.
If you didn't hear, my brother answered. The word for it was oxymoron.
Ah, okay.
Brother to the rescue. He's probably done with my shit. I ask him questions like that all the time because I'm just stupid.
Fair enough.
I've got no brain power. Bro, what the hell?
Huh.
I'm looking at my Pikachu Pro controller. And you know, like sometimes Pikachu has that tiny little bit of his eye like covered to make him look angry.
Yeah.
Well, it's like camera right, his like Pikachu's left eye is like that, but then camera left Pikachu's right eye looks normal.
Oh.
Like it doesn't have the. I'm gonna take a picture right now. I've never fucking noticed this. The focus camera. Can you please, bro?
Yeah.
Fucking hate iPhones. Can you just focus on Pikachu's face, please? This sounds so weird.
Verifying request to access confinement 2.
There you go. I took a picture. I'll send it to you, so you can see what I
You have to
fucking
play
mean.
Snake.
I liked Snake.
It doesn't turn properly.
Oh. But yeah, it's like an oxymoron. It's like some minutes you're a millennial, you act like a millennial that's drinking like 5 cups of coffee and 3 energy drinks
Yeah.
just to get through the day and like hate your life, and then the next minute you're like, yes, please. That is how life be for real, for real. Imagine someone joined the stream just then as we're just going. That'd be hilarious.
No.
Like someone joins their stream and the first thing they hear is just repeatedly by 2 different people.
This is the hardest part of the game, playing Snake.
This is the hardest part of the game. Playing Snake. Love it.
Oh no! Oh.
Why is there a box of Denmark like butter cookies?
It didn't turn.
Why do we have a box of Danish butter cookies?
That's a great question. I don't know why you're
gonna
expecting
open
me
it.
to be able to answer that.
I was asking you. I was asking the world.
You were asking the universe.
Yeah. Why isn't it opening either? What the fuck?
It's not open.
It's like those like circles, like big fat cylinders that are very stubby, that they're short, and they're fat,
I wouldn't
and it
chat.
just has like those like lids that you just pull off.
Mm.
Oh, I got the lid. I was gonna say, but the lid's not pulling off. Oh, I remember now. I ate all these and just left the paper wrappers inside of the box
I beat
because they
Snake
came
chat.
these are like paper cupcake wrappers, like, and so I ate all of them and then kept the cupcake wrappers in the box and just shut it after eating all of them. I think those are my dad's too. I forgot about this. I don't know why we solved the book. Universe, please tell me answers. What's around me? Why did I just turn time?
The
I'm
electrified
Mario.
floor is annoying.
You don't
Right,
say.
so you need
But why are
to
they blue?
yourself,
Why are they blue?
because I hit them with ice to weaken them.
Oh, I
Velvet
thought that
does
was
that.
because you hit them when they were electrified. I thought that was the reason. Because like sometimes electricity's blue.
Yeah.
I prefer drawing electricity as blue. It looks cooler.
Uh-oh, Velvet's gonna die.
Oh no. At least chat is living. Unlike the real chat.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
The lost message was by Nightbot.
They are all dead. And I'm level 19 now.
They're all dead. Somebody's gonna clip that.
I meant the robots, not
Somebody's
chat, by
definitely
the
gonna
way.
clip that. Somebody's definitely gonna clip that.
I meant the robots, not the people in chat.
They're not gonna add that to the
Oh,
clip.
we get to play Space Invaders.
The best part about clips is that they're out of context, and you'll never know the context.
You say that someone's definitely going to clip that, but there's nobody in chat to clip it.
People can clip VODs. And Pokemon is lurking, but he's still there.
I lost, guys.
You'll would have heard me saying a clip and would immediately run to clip it. If we know how Pokemon acts.
Pokemon only speaks in chat when there's something to clip.
True. You ever just sit and wonder
No.
how? What? I thought it wasn't finished.
I don't ever just
You're-
sit.
Yeah, you sit and drink British tea.
No. I usually do that walking around because I can't
We
sit
said
this-
clip, I said
can't-
clip.
I can't sit
Because
in the same place for more
Jensen
than 5
said they're
minutes.
all dead. I said clip because Jensen was like, they're all dead.
Yay,
I think it was a bit too, I think you're a bit too late, so you'll have to clip it in the VOD. But,
Come on.
we're at 14 minutes, so a bit less than full, like maybe 13
I beat Space Invaders.
minutes in. Good job.
Also, I love when I was playing through it. I only realised how many like other game references there are. Because like in the thing where we were in the prison, where we were a box, can you remember that? There was an option for like the code that we had to put in.
You said
like,
box, and now all I can think of is Kirara from Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Anybody who plays Genshin
There was
get
a
it.
time where we were a box for a while in a prison trying to escape, and
Yes.
I played through it and I realised it because we have to give a code to be able to escape, right? And one of the options was a 1-up mushroom. And then in this lab there is a tank with Mewtwo in it.
Does it look like the tank from Let's Go or the
It does.
first movie? Yeah. Check out this clip, Jensen. Did he actually get the clip of you saying they're all dead?
Oh no.
I'm checking it.
That is slightly terrifying. I need to heal Velvet. Why do all of the robots
So the last thing of the clip is like me going like somebody's gonna clip that, and then you're like I'm at the and then the clip cuts out. I love it. Good job, Pokemon. Thank you, Pokemon. See, Jensen, I told you. I told you someone would clip it. You're welcome. Yeah, as I was saying earlier before somebody rudely interrupted, you ever just sit and wonder what happens in the fridge after you close it?
Nothing? I mean, it's not like it's Toy Story and all the food gets up and starts running around. I mean, I hope not. Pac-Man! What do you think happens in the fridge?
No, it's portal opens to hell and sucks all the good food out.
Fair
Literally,
enough. I see why you think
food
that.
I have to make. Time. When's the next Nuzlocke stream? When's the next Nuzlocke stream? Asking for a friend. Definitely not planning to kill one of your Pokemon.
Next week?
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know, I'm just trying to think if I have any other streams planned.
I thought you were nervous because I said I was going to murder your Pokemon.
Nah.
I
know it's going to happen. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Oh my god, there's so many of them! Let me attack! Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why it wouldn't let me attack, because I was pressing the wrong button. Sometimes I wonder how I've survived this long, being as dumb as I am.
Thank you, Pokemon.
Wait, you died.
Thank you, Pokemon.
Wait, what? Why is there another clip? Why is there another clip? I'm a little bit scared.
Oh, you're a little bit?
I'm very scared.
That's what I thought. Honestly, I could make a best moment animation out of this from the first, 20 minutes alone. And it's been 20 minutes.
The worst part is that you could do that.
And it'd probably be the whole 20 minutes.
Yeah. Just die.
Watch the clip. After you finish that fight, pause and watch the clip. The most recent one.
Oh my god, just die! Get him! Why would you die?
Clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it.
No, why does he have so much health? Finally. Okay, I'm gonna watch these clips now. We're gonna watch them together, chat.
Sure. Clip what? Him saying, why won't they just die or something? And then cut it at me saying, clip it. At least chat is living. Unlike the real chat. Inception.
Yeah.
The lost message is by Nightbot.
They are all dead. I'm level 19 now.
They're all dead. Somebody, I'm just gonna clip her.
I meant the rope. I meant the robot.
Just sit and wonder what happens in the fridge after you close it.
Nothing? I mean, it's not like it's Toy Story and all the food starts running around. I mean, I hope not. Pac-Man!
Just sit
I mean,
and
I hope not. Pac-Man!
what?
I have a lot of coins. Oh my, another clip.
Thank you for coming on. Watch it together with chat again.
Oh my god, just die! Get him! Why would you die? Why would you die?
The most recent one.
Oh my god, just die! Thanks, Pokemon, for all these great clips. What is that?
What? Oh. Just oh.
Oh, what a cute little critter. Cute? Maybe we should free it. It's gonna eat us.
That's
Leave it
the
to
plan.
die. What are we getting attacked by now? What?
No, you're gonna enslave it. Enslave it. Make it think
What in
you're
the
a
world is
god that
ghastly
saved
thing?
it.
Looks like a giant
No, no, no.
slimy brain. It must be the result
Jensen,
of its brain.
Jensen.
Hello?
Jensen, you're gonna make it think that you're a god that saved it and that it's going to have to work for you to prove that it was worth saving, or else you're going to kill it and then just make it kill all the enemies.
Cool. Oh, I'm just looking at the links of the two most recent clips. Flaccid Poised Bear bleed purple and Wandering Horrible Hair praise it. I don't think they're random. I think it's trying to tell us something. Did the Wandering Horrible Hair kill the Flaccid Poised Bear and made it bleed purple, so we should praise the hair?
You cry yourself.
These links are telling a story.
It's a story, I'm not forgetting.
Okay. I just hope this isn't a horror movie, because then we're all goners. Only the hero survives that kind of thing. What?
What if the hero is the brain?
Apparently those metal creatures have decided to protect it. Brrr. Why is it making that sound at me? Oh!
Brain go brrr.
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 Why is everything killing me?
Because you're you.
Oh. Well, that was very nice.
Just oh. Just oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that hits so many things. Ooh. Wow, 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 wow. Magic. Heal. Velvet. I probably should have healed chat instead. Charge with Velvet. I should have put armor on. Uh-oh. Chat's gonna die. Oh, chat isn't going to die. Chat, you're not going to die. Not today.
Thank God. Thank God.
Oh. Oh. Magic. Heal me. Heal me. Attack. Then magic. Armor of Frost. By the way, chat, how do we feel about getting a release date for Five Nights at Freddy's Security DLC?
I hope that if they can't get it out in time, that they'll be willing to delay it and not like refresh everything.
Yeah.
That's my own.
That is the main thing that I'm thinking about as well. That if like it isn't ready, they don't just release it because they said they're going to. Because I feel like that's kind of what happened with like the main game, because there was a lot of glitches in it. And like games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to any of that. Should I have done?
I don't know.
I didn't read any of it. So that's what the weapon
Who needs
is.
to read?
True. It's energy. Pure energy. Taken from whoever Subject X is.
A
What
dad.
if it turned out to be me that's Subject X? We haven't found Professor Gear, but he sure didn't seem very nice. Why would he do such a thing? I don't know, but maybe he has his reasons. Maybe he wanted to protect someone.
Reasons.
Something or someone.
Reasons. Reasons.
Protect someone?
Reasons.
I don't know if that really justifies such a risk.
Reasons.
When you love someone, you do all you can to protect them. I'm struggling to read. And you chat?
Reasons.
And you chat? Who would you protect?
You're struggling to read. Nobody click that. Nobody click that. I don't want that clip on the internet. Please don't.
Chat, you said you'd protect me. He's protected me ever since we met from all kinds of things. So I'd like to be able to return the favour. But for that to happen, he'd have to be in danger. Best not wish for something like that. That's true. With all this travelling back and forth, I'm starting to mix up cause and effect. The whole world was so much simpler before. Everything had a beginning and an end. You couldn't change what had happened. You could only regret things. I wonder what will happen when we finally destroy that weapon. What will become of the future you visited? All the people who live there? I'm especially worried about Menos. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's still there, stuck in a town that's not his own. What will happen to him?
Oh yeah,
Menos,
I forgot about him.
Prince of Demonia. I still struggle to believe you actually met him. Do you realise that thousands of pages were written attempting to explain his disappearance? I would have loved to meet him. Now how do we destroy this thing? There has to be a way. Everybody freeze! Oh, it's these lot! I swear one of the demons that we, killed them. If you thought you got rid of us, think again, because we are the Imperial Special Forces. Give up, you surrounded. This time you actually are. You have to beat us to get away. Don't give them any ideas. Personally, I don't want to face them one bit. They look pretty darn strong. Give it up without resisting. What do we do? Want to give them a beating? Yes. Let's kill them.
Yeah.
I've got my sword out. Don't tell me you're alright. I'm dying. Why am I dying? My head hurts bad. Listen. I remember that weapon. I have to.
What's the most evil catchphrase you can think of?
Listen, no, don't. Oh no. I'm about to kill everyone. Weapon 1
Oh no.
activated. Annihilation imminent.
What?
Please evacuate immediately.
Give me your
Why
most
did you do
evil
that?
catchphrase.
Everything will be destroyed because of you. Forgive me, chat.
Yeah, that's the
This
point.
voice in
That's
my
the
head.
point, chat.
Who are you? Forgive me, chat.
Chat, the whole point is to kill everyone.
It's all over. Oh, everything
Drama. Tea.
I destroyed
Ooh.
everything.
Nice. I ain't there, so I don't care.
Well, that was a dramatic twist. The end. Chat, we beat the game.
No.
The end.
What happened to not even being halfway through?
Why did chat say the end? Velvet, no! It's just the beginning. Oh. Guys, we just started the game. This was like the opening bit before the title screen that every game has. This whole bit. Mom?
What's the most villainous
you?
catchphrase you can think
now.
of?
Huh?
Like, you know, like those big bad villains, not like the ones that like murder people, like the ones that like sit on their thrones, like controlling behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What's a good catchphrase for that?
I don't know.
I need your help. This will decide the fate of my channel.
I don't know. It will decide the fate of your channel.
Because it's my channel's mascot.
Oh, I don't know.
She's very sad that
Just
I'm turning
relax.
her
You've
into a
been asleep
villain.
for almost 9 hours now. I wish.
For real. If only.
I had a horrible nightmare. I dreamed I went back in time. It was terrible.
No. I want to finish that. Can I had a horrible nightmare. I dreamed that Morbius got a sequel. Eh?
You're safe and
Was
sound
that
now.
real or was that real?
Yes.
I can't tell. Even if it wasn't real, I'm just gonna pretend it was. I'm gonna
Back in
ignore
good old
reality and substitute my own.
1049.
I had a horrible nightmare. Chat was actually funny. I found that one pretty funny.
That wasn't our original time, was it? I swear our original time was 9:99. Because then the Great Disaster was meant to happen at New Year's for the year 1000.
1,000
So have we gone back?
or
Have
in
we gone forward in time?
2,000?
1049. We've gone forwards in time, chat. Hey, who are you? Oh, it's this one. It's this one.
Or you
We
just
saw her.
or you could have just been in a coma for that long.
When we first came to the future, we saw her. When we beat, the big battle, like
I don't remember anything from this game.
Mortal Kombat style battle that we had with the Prophet.
I don't remember anything from this game.
Oh well. Yeah, after that we saw this one, but we don't know her name. A name. It's been a while since I needed it. You can call me. Oh.
How has it been a while since you've needed your name? What?
How do we say that?
Let me see.
C-E-R-E-S.
Ceres.
Ceres. Okay.
I think it's Ceres.
I was just a young girl. And here's
Just a
the
young
famous
girl.
Jensen.
And
The
the
famous
country.
guys. Reunited again after all this time. You know Jensen, then maybe you can help him.
It's been so long.
Help him? I already have. When we first met, you helped me escape from the Imperial Guards. I aided you in crime by saving you from the weapons explosion.
This is sounding a lot like the first part of the Leeway Archon.
At the start of the game, when we first went back in time, we saved a demon from some guards and then we got arrested. And that's when we met Menos. This is who we saved.
Yeah. Has she come to help? To
The
repay you or to
weapon!
murder
It's
you?
horrible. The great disaster did happen. We were supposed to prevent it, but Jensen, not everyone can escape their destiny. Oh, Velvet's alive, guys. Chat, where are
No,
we?
Velvet's alive.
Me, half the time in games. Chat, where are we?
Yeah.
The weapon, it exploded, and then Velvet, you're okay. What a relief! The weapon blew up, and then so it saved us.
You
I think she
and
brought us to the
you and
future.
those universe streams.
Yeah,
Chat, where are we?
the future.
The future?
Since we're traveling through time, I'd rather be at the time of the Magi.
Me in
So,
these
is
games.
that your name?
Chat, where are we?
You seem unique, neither human nor demon. My father was a demon, my mother was a human. Oh, damn. Well, I think so.
Interspecies romance?
My memories are all blurred. Amazing. I don't think there's ever been a case like yours before. Xenoverse just...
I literally just made these pencil lines a couple seconds ago and I already don't understand what I meant by them. What the fuck?
Pokemon's kind of right. Now Xenoverse is just Pokemon, where are we?
Mm.
You truly are unique, let me examine you.
No, Jensen?
Velvet, so say
I
hello?
drew some. I drew a part of some of my character's hair. I did another part of it. Like it took me 2 seconds. I turned back to the other part of the hair, and I don't understand a single line that I've drawn. How does this happen? It's been 2 seconds.
Sorry to save us from the explosion. You should really be thanking her. Damn. Sorry.
And the
Fascinated by
sky
mysteries and anything out
falls
of the ordinary.
and it crumbles.
Hey, speaking of mysteries. Oh, and I'm alive.
Are you speaking of me studies?
Jetson, are you okay?
Sorry,
No,
I was.
you got your wits back. Never had any to begin with.
Oh, I see.
About what happened in the weapon
I
room.
see what things meant now. I understand my own drawing again.
Okay. We don't need to discuss that. Jensen never wanted it to happen. It's not his fault.
And I've
We
forgotten
both used
again.
another Magilift to go back to before that moment to stop the weapon
Help
from exploding.
me. I'm just undoing my pencil lines until I figure out what I meant by them.
Great
Oh,
idea.
I see.
However, that might create a space-time paradox. I'm not sure what will happen then. Well, it's our only shot. Sadly, it's not feasible. Magilists were designed specifically to prevent that sort of thing. If you return now to what is your present, you'll always arrive after the weapon is triggered. No, that can't be. My village, my family. May I ask how you know this?
Family.
Only the ancient Magi knew how the Magilists were operated. I don't know. I have memories, and sometimes I see things that are yet to come. For the Magilists, I know it won't work. How fascinating. It's possible your heritage bestowed you with abilities no one has ever seen. As for the weapon, there is another way. Really? Oh, you're awesome. It won't be that easy. But with the Magi key, we can indeed accomplish this feat. The Magi key. Are we going to get to see Menos again, or is he dead? One of the 3 legendary Magi artifacts. You know where it is?
I'd assume he'd be dead.
I hope he's not dead, because, like... I'd say he's, like, my
Should I
favourite
include
character.
this little, like, duck clip in the design,
Sure,
even though
Patrick.
she's meant to be evil?
Sure. The Magi created the key as a kind of safety. It was supposed to remove something from the fabric of time, but it was far too dangerous. So they broke it and gave each fragment to a leader of their time. For a long time, I've been looking for these fragments. I think I know where they are, but I would need your help to gather them. So we've got to jump around time even more to find the fragments. I never thought the time
Isn't
itself
this
should be
going to make a paradox again?
Well, not before meeting Jensen in chat. So, if we use the Magi key to remove the weapon from time, well, it will have never existed, and it will never have been activated.
But then wouldn't that mean that we wouldn't have a reason to time travel,
that's what
which
I'm
would mean
thinking.
that we wouldn't time travel in the first place?
Which means that it never would have happened, but then we would have tried to get rid of it, but then we did, and there was no reason for us to try and get rid of anything, so we never time travelled. This is just really confusing. That's perfect.
I don't think the game's creators thought that hard about it.
Let's go find those Magi key pieces and wipe out that heinous weapon once and for all. I don't know how to say that word, and I don't know what it means. I do hope the consequences aren't worse yet.
Heinous.
Heinous. What does it mean?
Pretty sure it just means like evil.
Oh, fair enough. Are you coming with, or are you just gonna stay there? Jensen, I have memories of you as well, thanks. I think we share something.
Right?
Oh, I almost forgot. Take this, it's important.
It's dangerous to go alone and
We
take
got
this.
a control terminal. This item allows you to journey through the ages. With it, you can activate the Magilith. Use it to find all the fragments. I will open a pathway for you all. I love this. Oh, she just opened a portal. That's great, guys. Jensen, you'd like to know about the pieces of
Game over.
Yes. Information about which fragment. Ooh. Fire, ice, nature, earth, and time.
Wouldn't time help us the most right now?
Yeah, I think so. There is said to be
And
a
then maybe
special
nature,
Magilith
because
in the
wasn't
Windy
everything
Valley.
like red?
We've been there before. It supposedly grants access to the fragment of time, the one most surrounded in mystery. So I'm assuming that's going to be the last one we're going to get.
Oh.
Because like the whole game is based around time, so time's going to be like the penultimate point of the journey.
Maybe they're listed in order of what one you're gonna get.
Yeah, that might be it. Have you met the pirates before? We have. The hideout can be found in your present near a volcano. They possess the fragment of fire. We tried to go there, but we weren't allowed because we weren't pirates. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to like team up with some pirates to go and raid the base and use the Magilith maybe. When the Empire ruled the land, before the frozen continent began to melt, there lived fierce Vikings. They guard the fragment of ice. Information about it. Oh no. We should probably write these down somewhere.
Well, I'm drawing, so I can't really help you.
Lies an island, and on this island is a timeless forest. And deep within that forest, you'll find the fragment of nature. Demons locked the fragment away in their most sacred temple, but its location was lost when Demonia destroyed in the Great War. Okay, so I'm gonna write these down in a note on my phone.
Alright, I'm drawing.
Okay, can you work, please? Thank you.
No.
Evoland 2 key fragments. Fire.
I'm gonna move back to my bed and my back hurts from sitting on the chair so long.
Pirates. Hideouts.
Move my back.
Ice. Empire ruled the land before the frozen continent began to melt. There lived fierce Vikings. They guard the fragment of ice. Nature. Southwest Island. Southwest Island Forest. Earth. Demons. Lost location. And then we've got time. Not them, time. Windy Valley. Windy Valley, most mystery. Okay. To locate the fragments, you'll have to travel through time. Use a controller will give you the Magilith. I wish I could join you, but I must return. Return to me if you seek to know more about the fragments. Okay, so we can always come back. Beam me up, Sky.
Beam me up,
Oh,
Scotty.
it's the clearing that we thought had nothing to do with any part of the story. That's great.
It's like when they make that one forgettable NPC the main villain. It's like, yo, that one thing you forgot about because you thought it wasn't relevant is actually a major plot point. Nice. Nice. So, can we do a reintroduction, please? It's that kind of thing where it's like, I forgot this even existed.
Let's go to the Pirates Hideout. Well,
I
where's
hate
the-
drawing and I hate drawing. I hate them. I hope they die.
I thought I could control the boat. Guess not. Wait! This is where we left Menos.
No.
I'm sorry that I just hit my mic. I don't know how loud that was. Oh, the stone of time is still here.
I didn't think it was that loud. It wasn't that loud on my end.
Why is the stairs not there though? We have to do the stone of time puzzle again. What the heck are you on about? We're up there. What? I'm only theorising. It's equally possible we end up in my area. We've been through this, or that of Miss Chat and Exterminator. But as Miss Chat would say, I fear we have no other choice anyway. Exactly. Off we go,
As
Jess.
Miss
We won't know
Chat
till we
would
get
say,
there.
the literally only person in chat is a dude.
And I don't want to stick around in this future.
I love the fact that chat in game is a girl when the only person right now in chat is a dude. So it's like Miss Chat, and
Yeah.
then I just imagine it's Pokemon.
Why did I fail to leave with them, and what am I to do now? So this is going to cause some kind of paradox.
Time traveling will always result in some kind of paradox unless you time travel to another dimension.
Yeah.
Like you are an alternate dimension traveler and you time travel to another dimension to help them out, then that can kind of make sense because it's not impacting your dimension, so it's not impacting your decisions. But like every other type of time traveling, it's like there's going to be a paradox in there.
I thought you would vanish forever. That must mean the Magilith did not serve its purpose. Actually, it did. It worked just fine. But it's a long story. Where should I start? Okay, so we're basically telling him everything that we've been through.
Okay, so we're basically telling him our whole life story.
Yeah, literally. My son, a terrorist. Oh my god, we killed his son.
Bro.
I forgot about that. And the weapon.
Imagine your character forgets too. So like out of nowhere, he's like, my son, a terrorist, and then your character just goes, "We killed his son." I forgot about that, and then distantly in the skies, you just hear a laugh, like an Australian laugh.
But I mustn't worry so. Renault is no longer a child in this era, so he surely must have fled before the explosion. Perhaps I shall see him yet. I too was rather surprised to see them materialise out of nowhere. And when they told me everything, I had trouble believing it as well. Who would believe someone claiming to be from the future? I wasn't truly convinced until after speaking with Sarah. Can we trust her? She saved us from the weapon's explosion, and she told us how to collect the shattered pieces of the Magi Key. I'm well aware of that, Miss Chat, and she has my deepest gratitude. Without her, I would never have seen you two again. But my father always told me that everything comes at a price. Why exactly did she come to your aid? That much I would like to know. In any case, her knowledge about the Magi can't be questioned. We can just go back and see her and just like ask her all this anyway. The sparse descriptions of the Magi Key I study confirm her explanation. That changes nothing for my son. On the contrary, if we wipe the weapon from the timeline, Renault would never have thought to try activating it. A sizable chunk of history will be rewritten. To be perfectly honest, the very thought of it frightens me. How can we be sure there won't be unintended consequences? Well, like I said, it's just really confusing because they've thought about paradoxes in some extent, but not enough to, like, for it to make sense, you know? They've thought about paradoxes, but not enough for it to make sense completely. You know? Well, I'm not going to sit around doing nothing. There's always a whisk. No matter what you do in life, I'm just going to give up and just read however it comes out. And frankly, it can't get much worse than this. I agree with Miss Chat. Regardless of what we change, the situation can only improve for me. For us, definitely. Perhaps not for everyone else. But then I suppose it is worth a shot. Wait, so me, Velvet, and Chat, or Fina, we're all from the same time. But then there's Menos, who's from the past. But we're all in the future. So he's in more of the future for him than we are for us. He's
I don't know.
further into the future than we are, technically. Even though we're all in the same time. Huh. It's weird. I really hope we're doing the right thing, Jensen. Quick, let's bring the pieces of Magic Arcade. Do we really have to get them all? I'm pleased to be helping you once again, Exterminator. We're all together. The gang's all here. We've got all three. Look at that. We've got all three. We need more mana. So we can upgrade Velvet. Oh, we got mouse back, guys. Do we take the Stone of Time with us? Nah. We'll come back and get it. Why can I got control? Oh, there's my boat. Would you like to set sail? Yes, I would. There is my boat. Let's go to the pirates. Ooh, I like that. There's another island over there. Huh. Can we not go into the old pirates island? Or do we have to... How do we do this? Do we have to go back to the other girl?
I'm not sure.
Sarah's. I'm so
I'm a
confused.
terrorist. Mama, they say I'm a terrorist.
Let's go back. Hey. Vincent, you'd like to know about the piece of memory? Yes. Fire, if you met the pirates, the hideout could be found in your present. So we need to go to our time. But how do we travel through time? Let's go see if we can get the time one first, actually, because we can go to Windy Valley now. Windy Valley. Let's see. Oh, it's these guys. Watch they'll climb out. For all. You have little useful weak disciples, only the best in them. Huh. I don't want to rely too heavily on a guide like we did for the last Xenoverse stream. Not Xenoverse.
It's the universe.
Be quiet. My brain isn't working properly today.
Fair enough.
It's 'cause
Your
I
brain never works properly.
It's because I looked at chat and I saw Xenoverse in chat exactly the same time that I went to say Evoland.
Yeah, how do you keep calling yourself that?
Last Evoland stream we were basically just using a guide, like not using our own sense of direction or anything. Well, the prophet still isn't here. That thing nearly killed me. Seems busted anyway, so I don't see what you... So... What are we doing?
I'm not sure. I'm just drawing.
I haven't been to Genova yet.
Genova's nuts.
Huh?
I said Genova these nuts.
Oh.
Just oh.
This is where we need to be. is the inn. No, it's not. What is this place? Where the heck are we going?
Mm-hmm. Orphanage.
Oh, never mind. They're already bad. So, where are we gonna try next? Let's try the. It's like the Rick house, isn't it? It's Mr. Mudwell. We spoke to him, that's how we got to the island in the first place. Let's try the inn. So basically, in these guys' eyes, this is literally like 20 minutes after we left or something. Hi.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the book. Yeah. So, ideally we need to go somewhere where we didn't go last time. Which the only place I can actually think of is that volcano island, but it won't let us go there. Or up here. Because, yeah. I don't think we've ever been up here.
Mm.
Bluff. Oh wait, no, we have been here. This is where we first came to the future. Then, unless we go to that old woman, see if she can help us, because she's the one who upgrades us. We could ask her. No? Then we went to the Haunted Forest, because that's where we defeated the Haunted Forest Guardian. Our hometown has been destroyed, so we can't go there.
This feels like a math test.
Huh?
This feels like a math test.
So the only place I can think of is in the ocean.
Down where it's wetter under the sea. Da, 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 da.
I don't see how we'd go on the island, because it won't let us go on the island. And I don't know how to go to a different time period. I might have to use the guide now, because this game is very clear on where you're going.
Excuses, excuses, excuses.
It genuinely isn't. Like, do you know where we're going? Exactly.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm being
I know.
sarcastic, mister.
I know. Oh, I'm getting a guide up. Evoland 2 guide. There it is, the Steam guide. That's the one that we used last time. Done that. What's this here? Ah, this is the lab. Going to the next room for a surprise, yeah? Enjoying it from the future. Yeah. So we wake up right there. Well, you can choose what it was. You can choose whichever fragment you want to pursue first. I recommend the time fragment. This is one of the most rewarding. Yeah, let's go signs of silver. We have to use the Magilith. Oh, of course we do. We have to use the Magilith to travel through time. God, I actually feel really stupid now.
You should.
I know. Why didn't I think about that?
Because you're stupid.
There we go. We're in the past. We're in the past. This is like Evoland 1. Like the start of Evoland 1.
So is it the past for the demon as well?
I don't know anymore. Fragment of time. Let's go for that one first. Because we get an airship, apparently.
Airship is in Henry VI reference? Get it?
Yeah. So, where's the fragment of time? Windy Valley. Pirates, so we could probably do the fire one now. Anyway, let's go to the Windy Valley. Ooh, what happens if we go through the portal in the past? Because
I don't know.
it's orange here and it was purple before, I think. Oh, is it
My hand
different?
is really
Different
tiny
colours for
compared to the rest
different
of the body,
time
but I'm
periods. Oh, that makes sense. I swear, if it takes us back to the future, back to the future. Okay, it doesn't.
like the
Good.
movie.
Yeah, that's why I laughed. We can go back to our hometown.
Hmm.
But it's still in the past, so like there's no one there anymore.
No.
This is where the demons are still around, isn't it? Ah, so we couldn't get through here before, so we have to use Menos to get through here.
Use Menos?
We use Menos. Yeah, okay, so this is
You're
where the
manipulating
demons are still around, I think. Yeah. Demon camp.
Sounded like you said yeah to the fact that you were manipulating Menos.
Huh?
It sounded like you said yeah to the idea that you're manipulating Menos.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. See if there's anything up here. That's like an interesting area over here. Nothing here?
I like drawing big thrones with massive, like, designs on them.
No.
What I don't like is drawing the characters on the throne.
There's anything there. Oh wait, there's an area over here. Why is there an empty space there? There must be something over here, right? No, guess not. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm making a floating throne so I don't have to draw chair
Oh,
legs because I hate drawing chair legs.
This is where all the demons are dead. Because they've just been attacked.
Oh.
So everything's destroyed. How have I not noticed that?
I don't know. Life hack, if you hate drawing chair legs, just make the chair float. Like with magic.
Fair enough. So let's head over to the windy
There's
valley.
so many pieces to this.
Windy Valley. Because apparently there's a mystery megalith over here somewhere. There's no way up though. What? You can't get up there. I'm so confused.
Same, honestly. You still there?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Yeah, legit? You live?
Yeah. Fragment of time. In the past there is nothing, in the present the inventor doesn't want to talk to me, in the future I can't get into the caves. Go up to the top of the pyramid. I really don't know what's happening.
Neither, to be honest.
Apparently let's go back to the pyramid, which apparently doesn't exist. Hey. Most time bothering me as an over, so... A life and all. I have loads of that. I have 4. Oh, we can get one of each. 2 pieces of
It's like a,
never mind.
it's like a card collecting game. You can get one of each. It's a buy one get one free sale.
Let's
And
go
it's
for
a
a
buy
sword
one get one
for the
free
damage.
sale.
Oh, we need all 4 for it. Let's do it. Why not?
Did you hear me?
No. He's got a crafting table.
It's a buy one get one free sale.
He's got a crafting table.
Like a legitimate Minecraft crafting table?
Yes. Look, it's right there. It's a genuine Minecraft crafting table.
This is a Minecraft crafting table with some perspective on it.
The amount of references in this game is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend too much time looking around for these. Windy Valley, most mystery. What? I'm so confused. Let's go back to the lab. Let's see if there's anything of interest over here. We can't get in the lab. Chat, can we all start Googling on how to get the fragments?
I'm drawing. My drawing will tell you how to get the fragments. My drawing will just come to life and speak, and it'll tell you where to get the fragments.
Talk to who's Sid?
Sid?
Apparently there's someone called Sid that I need to talk to, but I don't know who Sid is.
The name Sid sounds from Sid the Sloth, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I need to go and talk to Sid the Sloth.
Sid I see. No, but imagine every kid that's named Sid after the movie Ice Age. Just like, yo, it's Sid the Sloth. And the kid's just like, I'm not a sloth.
If you talk to prototype
Oh my god. I was trying to make the hands bigger with the expand liquefy tool and it made the fingers go all janky.
fragment time. Why is everything icy? Stop, what?
It's the Ice Age.
We're gonna have to get the fragment of fire first. We're just gonna have to go in order, I think.
Or you could just brute force your way through it.
I'd rather not.
But chat would rather you do it because then it's more entertaining.
Well, let's
Because
be
then you're
honest, I
suffering.
don't really care about entertainment anymore.
This is the darkest time when Jensen's are going off the deep end.
Who is Sid?
The sloth. I already told you. The sloth. Okay, I love this drawing now. I don't want to do line art now because I know I'll ruin it. Can I send you the sketch?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, share image as a PNG. The hell use JPEGs nowadays? Discord, Jensen. Enable the share. Oh yeah, because I'm not logging Discord on my iPad anymore. Right. Because I changed my password to log onto my phone, and then it logged me out of everything else. And then I used the QR code to log in on my laptop, but it doesn't give you the QR code option on iPad. I'll just take a photo of it. I'm lazy. You still there?
Yeah.
You're so quiet. It's unlike you.
What? Did you just say that I'm so quiet and you don't like me?
I said it's unlike you.
Oh. I'm just genuinely really confused on what I'm doing. Because I think I got a bug. I did when I was replaying through it as well this morning. You know the boss battle with, what's his name? Manos' son. I beat it, right? I tried to go into the lab and the boss battle restarted. So then, like, I had to, like, battle him again, so there was 2 dead bodies there. So, now we're back to the future.
I sent the drawing in the Discord if anybody in chat wants to look at it.
And I've been told to go back.
Like, I sent it to, like, the Discord server in the art channel instead of just in DMs so that everyone could see it if they wanted it.
Yeah.
It's just a sketch, but whatever.
I was told to go back to the profit pyramid. Apparently I should have done this as soon as we stopped talking to Ferris, but we did, didn't we? Because apparently Violet's meant to say, oh, we might need this later, should we take it? That thing nearly killed me, seems busted anyway, don't it? What? Right, I'm just gonna have to quit the game and go into it again. Because otherwise we can't beat the game. And we're just gonna have to deal with not ever beating the game. Or we're just
I can't deal with that.
Or we're just gonna have to spend the rest of the series just. Oh! Why won't you let me take it? It's really annoying me. Because we're meant to take it, but it won't let me.
Point that out. I meant to say odd and I said odd. Add. Point that add.
I just don't get it. Because now where are you going? So confused.
I can hear my brother try to give dating advice to a friend.
Huh?
Or whatever is that. Because my brother's trying to give, like, I think dating advice or something to one of his friends.
Oh damn.
But he has no bitches. Like, the funny thing is, I told him what the answer Mega Mind to no bitches mean, and he said, you don't have any bitches either, and I'm like, excuse me? And Mom was like, no, she does. And so I was like, ha, I got a girlfriend before you did. And then I started laughing at him, and then he went emo.
Oh.
And now he's giving a friend dating advice, despite the fact that he pulls no one.
I'm so confused.
Why are you confused there?
I've got a bug and it's not letting me progress in the game.
You said bug, and for a second I thought you meant like an actual bug. Or like a literal bug. As in like insect. Arachnid, you know, stuff like that. I thought that's what you meant. For a second there. I'm like, what's bugs gotta do with anything? What did the bugs do to you, man? They're just living their lives, sometimes biting us. And then I heard like annoying game, like stopping progress. I'm like, oh, you mean like video game bugs? Oh.
So confused.
This is the cry of a dumbass British person.
No, because it's not even like... I just got a bug and it won't let me like do the thing that I need. The one thing that I need to do to progress in the game.
Have I been drawing all
And
stream?
have you ever been through that? Do you know how annoying it is?
Yes.
I found Sid.
You found Sid.
What do you need, Sid? Tell me what you need.
This long? Tell us what you
Because
need, Sid. This long. Because if it's something that requires us to not have our bug, then I'm afraid we cannot
Sid's
get it
telling
for
us a
you.
story. Once upon a time there lived a
Story
mad
time!
scientist, a terrifying man, whose knowledge derived from mysterious sources. He wielded absolute power with even the ability to create new life forms. But one day... Oh, I didn't even read that. Fatherless and alone. Okay.
Fatherless behavior?
I missed a line of speech and it just turned into fatherless and alone. That was my father. I barely remember him at all. He abandoned me when my mother died and I was only 4 years old. Ever since I've been trying to outdo him by creating what no one has ever successfully made before. You will
How do you even
scarcely
remember
believe your
that?
eyes. A flying
How does he
machine.
even remember his mom dying and dad abandoning him? He's 4. You should have very blurry memories.
I know, it sounds crazy,
from
but
that
with enough
era.
hard work, I believe... Well, to be fair, that would be quite traumatising, wouldn't it? You tend to remember the more traumatising parts of your life.
You're 4.
Like, I can remember something from when I was 4.
The only thing I remember from when I was 4 was wooden peg crocodiles and sponge boats from preschool. That is it.
All I remember from when I was 4 is when I was in nursery, someone put soapy water on a slide and I went down it and I fell off and almost cracked my head open, so my mum had to come and pick me up.
Huh.
But yeah, so you tend to remember...
all the traumatizing memories I have were from like
Oh, this is
5
why,
to
this
6
is why,
years
this
old
is
and
why,
onward.
this is why I couldn't pick it up, because he didn't tell me the story. Now I can go and pick it up because he told me the story.
It wasn't a bug, it was a text feature.
There wasn't a bug, I just didn't play the game properly. You don't even understand how happy this makes me to realise that I can progress through the game today.
I do understand.
It'd make it a lot quicker if you just had like a portable maglev and you could just like do it like that instead of having to come all the way back to this island every single time.
Should I alter my character's outfit slightly to make it look prettier in the drawing? Mm. It won't be consistent, but it will be hot.
That's all that matters in some cases.
Yeah, I was just about to say, and that's all that matters.
Right,
Is
now
that
we need
he
to go
looks
to the
hot
Prophet
as fuck.
Pyramid.
The Prophet Pyramid?
And
This
then
is
we need to go back to Sid. And this game is all over the place. It's so jumpy. What time is it? We've only been streaming for an hour and a half.
It's 11:30.
And we've already made so much progress.
It's almost 11:30.
Violet, yes! It's quite a fascinating machine. I have to wonder who manufactured such a thing. You think we'll need it later on? Yes, I agree. I hold it up, and then I put it in my pocket. This massive flying ship that me, Thina, well, me, Chat, and Menos all flew in. I put it in my pocket. Sometimes oh my god, this is gold. Sometimes I wonder where you keep all this stuff.
I mean, in Animal Crossing, the items just turn into a leaf when you pick them up.
But this doesn't. You go into your bag, and you genuinely just got a boat and an airship in your bag. Like, look.
At least with Animal
Let me
Crossing, they turn
read
into leaves.
everything that I've got in my bag. Are you ready? 10
Yeah.
collectible stars, gravity, sugar, candy that's been licked, 4 green goop, bronze armor, green potion, red goop, wonderful boat, steel sword, steel belt, steel shoes, control terminal, icon sword, and prototype X01.
Rewind. You have stars in your bag. You have gravity itself in your bag, and you have a candy that's been licked.
Yeah. It's because there's a part where you have to do jobs to get money, right? And there's one of them where you're a maid. And if you go up to someone in the inn and talk to them while you're in your maid outfit, they'll give you a candy that's been licked. And thank God for giving you to them. So basically,
I feel like there's a reason they gave you the candy that was licked.
yeah.
But
So
I don't want to say
basically,
it.
you get it from a sim.
I think that word's banned from TOS, isn't it? They changed TOS. Last time I checked TOS, that word was banned. Last time I checked the TOS, that word was banned, and people had to say like simpleton instead, or like simple.
I did
I
say
mean, like
that.
maybe they
I
changed
don't know what you're on
TOS.
about. I did say that.
Maybe they changed TOS since last time I checked.
It ain't, Pokemon says.
It ain't banned now? They changed it then. Cause I remember Lucent mentioned to me that I guess they saved that because it was banned.
Now we
It
have
was
to
on my
take this
Super Mario
massive
Odyssey
airship
stream.
that's in my bag to Sid, so then he'll give me an even bigger airship.
And then you'll put that in your bag too.
Yeah. Let me just whip my boat out my bag so we can go on a little boat ride, all 4 of us, all together.
Let me just whip my boat out my bag.
Imagine though, just like you're at the port and then someone just like pulls out like a massive like ferry out their bag. I'd be absolutely terrified. If someone just pulled like the Titanic out of their bag. Hi Sid. He just said he would have wanted a son like me. Do let me know if you ever come across a prototype for a flying machine, even if it's incomplete or damaged. I could use it in my research. I contemplated giving him gravity, but I'm gonna give him the prototype. Ooh, a flying machine? 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 Where'd you come across that? Not important. Thank you. Thanks to you, my dream of outdoing my father will finally come to fruition. I'll be able to examine this prototype and build my very own flying machine. It will most certainly take many years, but it will. What is your name? Jensen? Well then it's promised, Jensen. My first flying machine prototype will belong to you. Let's get cracking. So now I've got to go to the future, come back and get that off of him.
So did I. You said letting you want a son like you.
Wait,
And he's letting you have the first prototype.
you know the...
Wait, but he could also be letting you have the first prototype so that if you die, it's not his fault.
Yeah,
because
that could be it. I'm his guinea pig.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know that... You know in Windy Valley in the future where there's that old man who's just like dusting the dusty floor?
No, but okay.
He's basically dusting a desert, right? Do you
Okay.
think that's Sid?
I
Because I've
don't
never
know.
spoke to him. This is the future. Let's go see Sid. Because he said it will take many years, so I'm assuming we have to come to the future to get it off of him.
Same, I'd assume that too.
Watch like it change everything, and like his workshop's still there, and he's still there working as old man instead of dusting the desert.
You don't even know if that was Sid though.
It better be. Wait, there's some like fans and stuff now where there wasn't before.
Maybe that's to help with his research on the flying machine.
Yeah, there's like loads of like wind turbines, but made out of like wood and stuff. Yo, we changed the future, chat.
That's what happens when you time travel.
Chris,
I don't know what you were
and there's a
expecting.
grave where his workshop was.
Maybe it's his thoughts.
And there's a child as well. Let's talk to this child.
He had a
Hiya.
son like you.
I've never seen you around here. You knew? You knew? Give me some space. I'm training. I want to get as strong as Jensen, our village hero. We changed the future, chat. Is this him? Things are different since we last visited. But perhaps we have you to blame or thank for that. Regardless, you know quite well none of it really matters. Damn. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? The old man dusting the desert was not him, but now it's not a desert. Now there's grass. Even here we saw weapons. Why would we fight them?
He said he wanted to have a son like you, and then he had a son that wants to be like you.
I know! Are you looking for something in particular? We sell all sorts of rare items. Lucky necklace. Everything under the sun. Everything under the sundar finds all the chests. Lucky necklace gives times 2 coins. Let's do that. Wear this item, you get double the gold you pick up. I don't want to buy another lucky necklace.
My brother just said he's Michael Jordan's biological son. Can I have some mental support for this stupidity, please?
Oh, I love this. I love the. Oh my god, there's a chest, guys. I love the origin story.
It feels like Sonic CD.
Mm.
You know how you could time travel in that game and like it impacted everyone's future? It feels like that game.
This made me feel like. Have you heard about Jensen? He's our village hero. He helped Sid, the great inventor and founder of our village, craft the very first flying machine. So because of me, he found a village. He founded a village. Then he up and vanished just like that, without a trace. Some people say he was an alien who came here on an interdimensional spaceship.
Now he was a time traveler who came on a time traveler to us.
Imagine if the flying machine that he made is the same flying machine, is the same prototype that I found on the top of that pyramid. Well, there's the top of that mountain which I flew to the pyramid. That'll be weird.
Oh my god.
I left the capital to move here, the fresh air and the tranquility. It's cute. I helped found a village.
I'm
Do you know
removing
as
her
well the village
sleeves
is-
because
village
I
food
forgot to.
station?
Jensen, I forgot to draw the sleeves for. I forgot to draw her sleeves, her socks, her and like her pants and her shoes in the sketch, and I started line art. So I'm just removed her sleeve, gave her like short, like tight shorts. I don't have to draw like the actual fabric of the short, because I can just say, oh, it's tight, skin tight, it's just her skin. and I don't have to draw stock pictures because I'll just say she's barefoot.
Oh my god, I just walked into the inn, right, and said, hey, do you need a room? Wait, you're Jensen. He recognised me. I don't know if it's Sid. That means the legends are true. You've come in search of what the great inventor Sid promised you. Is something the matter? Yikes, a demon. No problem, sir, not at all. How do I put this? Well, you see, it turns out the great inventor Sid indeed created your flying machine. We kept it safe for you. In fact, we placed the machine atop Mount Alpha so no one could steal it. But it seems to have disappeared. I'm so sorry, I don't know how that happened.
Trying to keep it safe for you.
It was put on the mountain where it was kept safe, but then earlier, when just before I first flew it, it was on top of the mountain. And it inexplicably vanished into thin air. Yet not a soul was seen entering the cavern. I'm truly sorry. I wonder if anyone commit such an act of thievery. Hey, I know there isn't much, but can I give you permission to explore the Magi ruins nearby? Within lies a great big chest that no one's been able to open. Seeing as you're the famous Jensen, however, it should be a piece of cake. Mysterious chest, count me in. Let's go there now. And this sounds... I'm loving the story development.
Same.
Like, I'm part of the game lore now. I'm the reason that the village exists. Why is there so many bridges here? Oh, there's a chest.
It sounds like that one moment when the main character starts getting like power hungry and starts going like crazy because they're like, I'm the reason everyone's alive.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then then they become the villain kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what your like whole monologue was just reminding me about.
This chest is quite found. Based on the inscriptions, it contains something very valuable. The fragment we've been searching for. We'll have to figure out how to open it first. Oh, there's a Magilith. I'm a bit worried about extended summer parents, but we end up with a volcano at the bottom of the ocean. Let's take the plunge. Wait, what if we go back in time and Sid's here? What? Where did we end up this time? We're in a completely different time. It looks rather unlike my time in any case. Whoa. Astounding. Find something, Velvet? It's a miracle. We're actually in the era. We're in the era of the Magi. Are you certain, Miss Velvet? Of course I'm certain. These stones are textbook Magi era, but look at them. They're like new. Freshly cut, well maintained. We can actually meet the real Magi. Can't get over this. How long I've dreamt to get all my questions answered, and now it's a real possibility. What sort of questions do you have? There are so many. Where do I start? Where their knowledge derives from, what they believed in, and most of all, why they mysteriously vanished. The civilization produced.
Didn't you also mysteriously vanish, though?
I guess.
Because you keep time traveling, so you'll just like.
Maybe they're time traveling around us,
and then, like
following us. They're capable of time travel, no less. Time travel!
Oh my god, we called it.
We are the Magi. Imagine what could have happened. Guess we'll have to find out. Imagine though, if it just turns out that us four are the Magi.
Oh, aren't you looking for them?
Huh?
Aren't you looking for the magic, or have I completely
I don't know.
Remembered?
Apparently we are, but they were capable of time travel, and so are we. So like, who knows? I really hope there's no talk of great disaster.
Who's the one who gave you your time travel powers?
The entire story is really confusing. The time travel powers was originally just the Magilith. It just activated, and then we time travelled, me and Chat. But then Sarah just gave us.
And then I jokingly said that you were just in a coma.
Yeah.
Not realizing that you actually time traveled.
Miss Chat is right. We had best explore this era for ourselves. Is this a dream? Yes.
Yes. Is this a dream?
The music.
Yeah, it is. Oh. Is this a dream? Yes, it is.
You are
Oh.
clout and
Cutely murders
straightforward.
everyone. Wait, I
From
was
the heart of my
joking.
movie. Then you must hail from the
No, 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 no,
molecular
Jensen,
research
Jensen,
center. Hello?
Jensen. Imagine. Is this a dream? Yes. Oh, okay. Cutely murders everyone. Wait, no, I was joking.
Those people are all a little
Because, like, it's a
screwy
dream,
if
so
you
nothing
ask me.
matters, so they murder
Yeah.
everyone.
Like
And
lucid
like,
dream.
turns out they were just joking. Yeah.
This is one of the prime locations of anomaly-centered research. We study its properties and then come up with amazing inventions, not interventions. Hello, people.
Come up with amazing interventions.
Wait. At the start of the game, in like the tutorial bit,
Yeah.
we were doing this thing, right? Like this, like
Mhm.
thing, like saying, subject move forward, subject look up and down, and all that.
Mhm.
It was the same graphics as this, and these two men, not that woman over there, but these two men showed up with another man at the end.
Not that woman over there, but these two men.
Yeah, these two men, like wizards or something, they showed up with another man at the end of the tutorial. So they could have then sent me forwards in time. The Madras were designed using data taken from the anomaly, however they are not yet operational. What if we're the anomaly?
But hey, that's just a theory. Okay.
What if we're that like subject X that all the power's being harnessed from?
Why did she aim to cut? That's film theory. What's the ending of game theory? That's just game theory.
Huh.
What's the next line after that? You're not helpful a little.
Perhaps one day we'll be free
I've
to
made
roam the
progress
timescapes
on
of
it.
Earth. The Madras were designed using data taken from... Oh wait, no, it's Orca Twin. Again. The anomaly goes as far as back to our oldest records, but we only have spent the last few decades analysing its makeup. The data is...
Its
the
makeup?
data
Why are we
have
analyzing
been,
its makeup? Would you is it a beauty girl?
perhaps our research will be used to prevent the end of time. What does everybody look like in this time?
To create the end of time.
I don't know what those guys are like. Wait, are they building the weapon?
I think so.
Time travel should be restricted to limits potential repercussions.
Jensen, I've made progress.
Congrats. The key of time. It was divided into 5 fragments, given to a separate island. Send it into the anomaly. We need to find the anomaly then. The end of time is looming. Okay, so
I just have to draw her head and her hair, not the head. Because I hate drawing hair
it's pretty cool.
and heads.
What is that?
The story is cool, it's just hard to follow.
You wish to know what the cannon is for? Is a cannon? The large Hyperion Karen. Karen?
It's a cannon. It used to be a cannon. Karen.
I really can't speak today. It's quite simple. We use the LHC to send various objects into the
I've
anomaly.
actually met like
Can I
people,
get
a
in the
bunch of
cannon?
people named Karen. I know. Yeah, you're the clowns at the circus that like get in the cannons to get blown into the air.
Because they send it into the anomaly. Do we end up getting in the cannon and getting sent to the anomaly? Lovely view of the anomaly. Wait, we've got a boat. Would you like to set sail? Yes.
Johnson.
The anomaly is a giant whirlpool.
Johnson.
Hello.
What's your favorite part of the story so far?
This story.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Probably the fact. Probably a bit of his like stopping the demons. You know, like they're trying to set off the big weapon, and then we have to like take them out one by one, and then they slowly realise that their plans aren't the best. But then we end up setting off the weapon anyway, so none of it matters.
That's kind of funny, not gonna lie.
It is. Who's this geezer?
I'm tracing the Gotcha Club flower click thing because I'm too lazy to draw the actual like rose because it's so detailed.
There's 5 islands.
And it saved me time. So
Ooh. It's like a temple of some sort here. Oh, it's the Molecular Research Centre. Access to the molecular research is restricted to authorised personnel only. Oh, it's you? Me? You're already back? It's fine, you can go through. What? Authorised personnel only. Oh, it's you. You're back already. Okay, you can go through. Are we the Subject X or something, whatever it's called, that they keep taking power from?
I don't know. Very insightful commentary on my part.
Everything is so confusing. What is this that is walking around? Probability of surviving the great
Everything is so
calamity.
confusing. Me at my
1 in
lineup.
3,720. Creatures. Here are some of the most beautiful creations. These creatures can harness energy from nature and then store it in biologically precise as it will. Is that Zekrom? It kind of looks like it though, to be fair. No, where the hell are these creatures from? Current hybrid population 34. Target what 10,000. Consistently projected. Wait, Ceres, is that a hybrid that they're talking about? Those new hybrids are wonderful, aren't they? They'll certainly make good servants. Are they? Is Ceres a hybrid? Sub-level suits to authorised staff. Access granted. We're authorised staff. What?
That shoots down your theory that we're the experiment.
I don't remember applying for a job here.
Oops.
Project
Maybe we
defense
stole a
system
key card.
active. Likelihood of lethal force 2%. Project completion
Maybe
37%.
like
Estimated time to completion unknown. I spent
Jensen, maybe like you stole a key card from someone.
maybe. I spent the better part of my life planning this project. With any luck, I've seen it put into motion within my lifetime. Yet there's still so much to do. At the most crucial junctures, you have to make it through tough decisions, G. We're counting you to keep the project alive. The law's getting really confusing. Wait! This is the room that we started in with the tutorial. Because then we came up here, we got a sword, we cleared those 4 bushes, came up here, then they walked in through there and took us out.
Oh my god.
This is where we
It's all
started.
come full circle.
Are we a hybrid? So you were chosen for the project. So a big responsibility to keep your chin on. I'm so confused.
We might be a hybrid.
I might be a hybrid.
I don't know what the fuck hybrids are, but we might be one. I'm convinced now with your convincing skills, Jensen.
I can't tell if that was sarcastic or not.
It was not.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are
Question I ask myself
we?
every day.
Tiny Tiki has gotten big, don't you think? At this rate, he'll be as big as one of the old Dark Age continents. Then he will generate enough energy all on his own. Who knows, maybe it could even swallow the anomaly. So, I'm assuming we've got to get sent into the anomaly, because that's where they sent the fragment that they had.
I think we're trying to make like the what are they called again? Hybrids?
Yeah.
To try and kill the anomaly.
Maybe. Are you new here as well? I was just accepted into the Molecular Research Centre. It's amazing what they're doing here, wouldn't you agree? This is world-changing stuff. You're a newbie too. Would you happen to know what goes on sub-level? I don't have access to that area, but it sure seems incredible. That's where I was created, I think.
That's where I was created, I think. Me pointing at a bedroom. Points at my parents' bedroom. That's where I was created, I think. Get it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna include the little duck pin. I'm including the little duck pin, even though it seems kind of irrelevant because that was only a reference to one of my friends. Because the duck pin is adorable. And I want it to stay.
This is the Temporal Research Centre.
Temporal usually means time. So it's related to the time travel. It's because they're researching time travel. And the anomaly must have something to do with the time travel.
The Anomaly Research Centre.
The anomaly must have something to do with the time travel.
I love the way that we're just theory crafting instead of playing the game properly.
Yeah.
Like we go around talking to everyone.
Yeah, I've almost finished the line art.
There's another research.
I just gotta draw her ponytail. I'm just drawing her ponytail, then I gotta draw her chin, and then I'm done.
We're in a library.
Yeah,
Velvet
nice.
came out. Hey Denson, this is a library. Well done. I mean, this was
well
the
done,
library.
Velma.
The fact that the bookcases everywhere, the sign on the front said library. Who would have guessed it's a library? The one said to contain the entirety of Magi knowledge and understand. Why did I have an American accent there when I said understanding?
Oh.
Please let me look around. Okay, bye. Thank you. Oh, we get to play as Violet now.
Who's Violet?
The ice one. If you're looking for a picture.
Is she the one that you used to freeze the electric guys?
Yeah, she was the one that froze the guys in the lab. If you're looking for a particular book, talk to Professor Gaggle. He'll point you in the right direction. How do they come up with these weird names? You are in the Great Magi Library. For the sake of the other patrons, please refrain from talking. Also, chocolate and invisibility cloaks are strictly forbidden. Why is every librarian such a killjoy? No chocolate and no invisibility cloaks.
I'm gonna put my iPad on charge because it's on 2%, but I've almost finished the entire drawing and now I'm very happy.
Scanned documents.
I just turned off my
consisting of
sketch and now I'm very sad.
It would appear the anomaly already existed then, and of course the end of time theory originates in that distant period. It was known as the Great Destruction. Times change, yet the same fears persist. Did you know that centuries ago the sea level was much lower?
Bloop.
Evidently, something caused the vast ocean frozen continent to melt, thus allowing the sea level to rise several meters within a few decades. Unfortunately, most of the
Several
records
meters
from
in a few
that
decades?
period has been lost. It's intriguing to think that there used to be few large continents rather than several islands. That era is known as the Dark Ages. Maybe someday I can travel back to the Dark Ages too.
I'm eating a bread roll without opening it and putting anything on it because I'm hungry, but it's midnight.
That the Dark Ages is the Vikings for the ice shark fragment.
Okay.
There's so much to know, to discover, too much to learn in one lifetime. It saddens me deeply to know that each life invariably ends. To know I could never read all the books in existence or visit every land. At the same time, that might be why I consider each moment equally precious. It does make you think. What's just been written about the end of time? Most matter strongly believe the event is nigh. As a result, pure researchers have advanced light years in a short time. I happen to be a skeptic. If time should meet its end, it shall happen, but I see no reason to believe it. I see no reason to believe it shouldn't carry on as it always has. Hopefully he's right about that. To make my dream a reality, I'll have to read about 2,000 books on various subjects. What's my dream, you ask? To work at the Molecular Research Centre. It's far and away the best research team in the world.
Why do the colors look like a Game Boy game?
According to recent studies from the Anomaly Research Centre, the anomaly exists in all times at once, but it remains to be confirmed. That is precisely why the Magellith project must be finalised, in spite of those who deem it to be dangerous. I'll confirm the Magellith was The Big Book on Cooking with Spices. That's in Room D, Shelf 7, Row 68. The top 50 theories on the anomaly. Room A, Shelf 18, Use the Ladder, Row 42. I think we're going to need that because it's about the anomaly. So I'm going to take a look at that.
Say.
Huh?
You don't say.
So that's to do with the anomaly. The End of Time for Dummies. Someone checked that out and never returned it. It's the famous Professor Gaggle. Quite the memory he's got. I'm on the board as temporal ethics. Our role is very simple. Establish guidelines and protocols for preventing accidents and time travel.
Can we make a deal?
Sure.
If you find out what the anomaly is on the stream, you can show my sketch that is sent in the art channel on the stream.
Okay. Scenario.
But only if you figure out what the anomaly is, because if you don't, I won't draw your thumbnails for a week if you show it on stream without finding out what the anomaly is.
Okay.
That's my threat. That's my threat, because I'm not good threats. We don't live anywhere near each other, so I can't just say like, oh yeah, just like.
That is, assuming everyone follows our recommendations. You can't just beat me up if I do. By the way, when we're going to do the showdown stream, I ain't got a clue. It's nice to know someone's planning.
So what stream?
Showdown.
Showdown stream. Oh yeah. We delayed it because I was having tech problems with the charger. Maybe after the Nuzlocke stream?
So 2 weeks?
After the Nuzlocke stream? Yeah. If everyone else is okay with that.
Because next week is my last...
In 2 weeks... This week is my last week of holidays. So
I was going to say, next week is my last week of school, so I could do a Tuesday stream, but you're not going to be able to come then, are you?
No, I mean, like, I can just, like, promise to be really, really quiet and try to beg, because it'll still be a school night, but, like, it'll be night,
Yeah, that's what
obviously.
I'm thinking, school night. But nah, we'll wait till
Mm,
Saturday. Just so
because
you can
I go back to school Tuesday. So today is Sunday, because it's 12:01. So today, tomorrow, I have 2 days left of holidays, and then the third day is my first day back, and then I have, like, 10 weeks at school
Yeah, alright.
before I get another 2-week break.
I'll wait till Tuesday then. Not Saturday, even. Our role is very simple. Establish guidelines and protocols for preventing accidents and time travel scenarios. I've read all this. It's nice to know someone's planning ahead. Yep. Hello.
I told you, temporal phenomenon.
Good day, miss. How may I be assistance? It just so happens I came into possession of a book some time ago. I'm afraid I don't understand all of it. Would you be willing to help me decipher it?
No,
A book,
stop,
you say? May I
stop for a
see it?
second. Stop for a second. Stop for a second.
Yes, here it is.
It just so happens. Stop for a second. It just so happens I came into possession of a book somehow.
My word. It's stupendous. This is a full treatise.
Stupendous
of
is
the
in the
science of
singer.
cold. It makes some fascinating assertions. Might I make a copy? Yes. Thank you. Mr. Gaggle, please. Why did he spin?
Mr. Gaggle,
Why
please.
did he spin?
He spun.
Why did he spin across the room to us?
Maybe he was just feeling a little silly.
Pokemon, clip that now.
I love how you're like going like, why did he spin? I'm just sitting here drinking water with a very, very low amount of cordial in it.
Yes, an archivist. What can I do for you? Quickly, commit this work to memory and then make a full copy, please. Right away, sir.
Why did she listen to you?
I don't.
And why did she call you sir?
Oh, it was talking to the an archivist.
Oh.
I don't like that motion with the hand.
The archivist. It sounded like you were saying the anarchist.
Not to worry, this should take but a moment. I'm all done, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gaggle. That will be all. I thought he was going to spin away. Thank you kindly for contributing to the Great Library. It will surely take a number of years, but we shall eventually decode those equations, and that will enable us to replicate conditions of the extreme cold. We will, of course, have to carefully monitor the reactions. We won't want to freeze the entire island by accident. Anyway, by way of thanks, you have my approval to use the Research Centre's large carry-on cannon. Oh!
Carry-on cannon?
Any old thing into the anomaly. We get to go into the anomaly, which is where one of them are.
I'm just here drinking water.
This is for the time crystal, by the way.
Oh. As in the big thing we've been building up to?
Yeah, because we're doing this one first, because you get an airship after it. Apparently it makes it quicker to travel around, so I'm going to do that one first.
You get an airship that you can shove into your pocket.
Yeah, we get an airship stuff. We get an airship stuff.
We get an airship to shove.
Hello?
No, we get an airship to shove.
Yeah, we get an airship to shove. Tongue twister. Looks like our time here is up, but I still have so many things to find out. No one cares.
Hey Jensen,
Yes?
would you believe me if I told you I drank a liter of water last night? Like right before I went to bed?
Yeah, sure.
And tonight I've drunken like half a liter? A bit more than that?
It's more than I drink. I drink nothing.
No, because this bottle is 2.1 liters, and one side has like these like time things on them, like from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. There's like these encouraging messages on them, and then the other side has like left is ounces, right is milliliters. And I filled it up to full last night. I drank an entire liter because like I got to like 11 a.m. remember your goal, and then 1 p.m. is like keep chugging. So I was like, you know what, I'll keep chugging like it says, and I got to 3 p.m. feeling awesome. And now I'm at 5 p.m. don't give up, and I'm gonna go until I finish it.
Cool.
Because I am thirsty.
So, what would you like to launch into the anomaly? Our options are Jensen, me, you, as in the person we're talking to, or nothing.
The person we're talking to. I'm kidding.
You. You're quite the jokester. What would you like to launch into the anomaly, Jensen? Are you serious?
I was actually joking. I wanted it to be you.
You actually want to be launched into the anomaly from the LHC? Yes. Very well.
Yes.
Everyone ought to be able to choose how they die, I suppose.
Good thing I wasn't sipping any water there.
Ready? I've got a bad feeling
Spread it
about this.
everywhere.
Fire! And now... Oh, we're literally flying.
Water.
We literally flew into the anomaly.
Water. You said fire.
Wait. We're back in the future.
You said fire. The future.
Jensen,
The
are you okay?
future.
No. He's merely unconscious, Miss Chat. It
Are
seems
you
to me we're in the
okay?
heart of
No.
the anomaly. Yeah, it feels awful strange here. Sort of warped.
Feels
Most likely caused
awful
by the
strange
temporal
here.
frequencies. This place appears to
It
somehow
feels
bend reality.
awful strange here. No. It feels awful strange here.
Jensen, hello. It worked.
Jensen?
All we got to do is find the Magi key fragment.
Jensen? Hello? It worked.
We have little.
Imagine someone says like your name, you go like hello, and then they're like, it worked. Just imagine, like you just woke up, you don't know where you are. Someone goes and says your name, like Jensen, and you're like, yeah, and then they're like, it worked. Like they just slapped a controller that had like almost dead batteries, hoping for it to start working again.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibes it gives off.
Still, I'm if to see what's up ahead.
Still, no, up ahead.
Oh, ew!
That's what I heard.
Ew! Why is everything moving like that? Ew! It's giving the Five Nights at Freddy's world, like Funhouse. This place is really odd, Jensen. It's like reality is flipped somehow, as if space time compressed into a single spot. And that, I wonder what it could possibly be.
Kill it with fire.
It's lit up. Did you see that? No.
Kill it with fire.
That thingy activated. Don't walk on it. It could be dangerous.
Don't walk on it. It could be dangerous.
Why is there a timer? Why is there a timer? Am I going to die? Oh.
Oh no.
Why did I go back? Don't walk.
He's
on it.
found out the truth. He's found out the truth. Get it? Because the truth is that you're gonna die.
Wait. Why is there multiple of me?
I'm sipping a bottle of water. Maybe it's a product of the time paradox?
Wait, no. I kept multiplying, right? So I keep having to go to these other squares and all stand on them at once. That's weird. Just after blinking, it turned off. And now there's a path over there.
Boop. Boop, boop, beep,
What the heck
doop.
is this doing here? Did you do something? Yes. Oh, really? I didn't see anything.
No,
You walked on the thingy.
I didn't do anything.
As if that was meant to be.
How dare you accuse me of doing something?
I'm actually pretty.
How dare you
involved
accuse
in
me
this
of doing
thing,
something?
so-
I'm much lazier than that.
This looks like one of the crystals from the first Evoland. Oh!
I don't remember shit from the first Evoland.
It rotates.
I just remember it
the
changed
world.
game styles.
It rotated
I just remember
the
the first-
world.
Cool. I just remember the first Evoland like changed game styles.
Fair enough.
Like at first it was fucking like what? What was it again?
I ain't got a clue even. It kept going like 2D to 3D to 2D to 3D or something.
Yeah. And I kept going, add a patience, add a patience.
There's a Magilith. There's multiple of them. Why are there 4 Magilith?
From the chandelier. Don't question.
Why is there 2D
I'm
things here when I'm in 3D?
Why is there an idiot here when I'm... I won't finish that. I feel bad for you, I won't finish that. While you play a really good game on PC, I'm playing Flow Free on my phone.
Huh. Okay.
Don't you hate when ads look like they're gonna have an interactive ad at the end where you can test the
Yes.
game, but then turns out it's just a video file that they made? I fucking hate it. Like, at that point, just let us have the interactive ad instead of just making it a video file. I am about to murder you. I've gotten 2 separate ads in a row that look like they're gonna have interactive ads, but then turns out it's video files. I wanna play the game without having to download it. Let me play the game. You thief. You thieving.
I won! I did the minigame.
This is thievery.
Oh, you're winning stuff?
I thought you meant like the game itself. No, you're winning. I thought you meant like the game itself, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you've already finished the game?
Yeah, I just played another 5 hours of gameplay in the last 5 minutes.
Oh.
Now I hear sounds, kind of like little pots, little broken pots echoing, but I don't see any pots.
Now I hear sounds.
Yet another unsolved mystery.
That's scary.
Now I hear sounds. Me.
Like, were you deaf?
This level's too
Like,
easy. All you have to do is walk on these things. The next passage opens up. I mean, I'm not going to complain. For once, we're not too rushed.
Hey, Jensen.
Yes, Chris.
Is it bad that every time I just try to live my life like a normal person, all I can think about is stories where my favorite characters die horrifically and then their adoptive sibling gets really sad and then goes out and goes on a murder spree to avenge them?
Yeah.
If anybody else played a horror game that I shall not name but is 3 years old or so, you will understand what I mean. Do you get what I mean?
No.
Like what game I mean? Do you get what game I mean at least?
No.
I send you gifs of like characters from this game all the time whenever I'm joking around.
Oh.
I sent you 2 earlier. I sent you one that's like I'm in a constant pain of suffering. I'm in constant pain of suffering, and then I sent you another one that's just like a regular like gif of the character.
Damn.
Remember?
No.
Genshin Impact.
Oh.
Anybody who plays Genshin Impact, you know what I'm talking about, and I am. Is there any angst in this game?
Huh?
Any angst in this game? Angst means like sad stuff.
Oh, I don't know. Why would you ask
Haven't
me
you been playing it?
Huh?
Haven't you been playing the game?
I have, but I
Then
don't
how
know,
do you
because I'm not all the way through the game yet.
Has there been any sad stuff yet?
No, not really.
I don't like it then.
Fair enough.
I like sad stuff because it makes me feel depressed, and then I feel like I'm not
You
alone
like
because
sad
everyone
stuff
else
because
just
it
plays
makes
and
you
watches.
feel things.
Yeah. Makes me feel things, but like I feel sad, and then I read comments and like reviews on it, and it's like I am crying now. Amazing, 10 out of 10. Would watch again, would play again, and like it makes me feel.
Did you just almost say would delete? I loved it.
And,
10 out of 10 would delete.
And then I'm just like, yo, I'm not the only person who's sad now. I'm just like, yo, people are getting sad over a sad video game or like video. Now I'm not the only person that's sad.
No, I'm pretty sure you're pretty much the only person that's sad.
Wow, okay. I'm gonna drink the tears. And by that I mean myself, because nobody else cries. Only me. Because as Jensen just said, I'm the only person that ever gets sad. Definitely. 100%.
I don't know what you're on
This
about. I
is
never
sarcasm.
said that.
This is sarcasm. Do not cancel. This is sarcasm. Do not cancel.
This is sarcasm. Do not counsel. What? Shush.
Cancel.
Shush.
Do not.
Well, I did one of the I did one of the Magilus guys. I've got 3 more to do.
You're avoiding the question.
No. Nuh-uh. What is that? And why is it spinning towards me? Why is there a spinning top spinning towards me? Why is there 3 of them?
Why is it spinning towards me? Like for episodes.
I can hit them away. I can hit them away.
Beyblade, let her rip.
Yeah,
Jensen, it's
why
Beyblade,
are there Beyblades coming at me?
Can I tell you the funniest joke I saw?
There's another one. Why is there another Beyblade? Oh, hello.
Jensen, can I tell you the funniest joke I saw online?
I don't have food. I don't have drink right now. I'm gonna go get some after Chris
Jensen.
tells me.
So somebody made a joke that if you put because it was like top when there's 2 tops in a relationship, it's just Beyblade let her rip, and then somebody replied, but it's 2 non-binaries. Beyblade. Because they them, because non-binary.
Yeah.
It's a Beyblade let her rip.
Okay.
I found it funny. As a non-binary person.
I'm gonna ow.
I'm gonna ow. You didn't change it to Chris time screen. Whatever, it's still Chris time. It's just that we don't have the picture of Himiko up. So chat, I'm gonna close low free for a second to look at you all. Oops, almost clicked subscribe by accident, which I don't have the money for. But if you do have the money for, or if you have Twitch Prime, you should definitely subscribe. It helps support us a lot, and we really, really need it. Like, seriously, I'm living off bread. So if you would like to support us, go to just twitch.tv/Jellyfish Of Twitch on and click the subscribe button. Or donate at, I don't know what the link is, but Jensen will probably have it in his Nightball commands. If you want to see more, better list of our commands, use !commands. And go subscribe to Jensen's YouTube at youtube.com.
Hello.
youtube.com Jellyfish Of YouTube. Hi.
By the way, you must put 1 Beyblade in
I was
each
just
of the
telling
3
people to
squares at the same
subscribe.
time. Why did you do exclamation mark donate?
Because I was talking about, like, subscribing and donating.
Oh yeah, everybody should do that.
And
right
I mentioned that I don't know the link. And then I mentioned that I don't know the link, but Jensen probably has it in the commands, and then Pokemon did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
More photos of your bunnies. Oh, it's Lemon! Yeah, sure. I can be in some photos of my rabbits. Yeah, it took me a second to realize, because I think they're only in the Cuphead stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I can show you some photos of my rabbits, so let me see if I can find one.
I think it was.
Okay, I don't know
Why
if
is
any
it
new
trying to
ones,
get
but
me
I'll
to
scroll
tip to
back and find
myself?
some old ones. Huh?
It's trying to get me to tip to myself.
It's trying to get you to donate to yourself.
Yeah, it's trying to get me to donate myself.
Donate yourself. Yes, I'm gonna donate myself.
Well, it's just done it for me. I didn't even have to do anything. No, wait,
No,
what?
no, like, donate your physical self.
What? Why is there so many Beyblades? I don't have to get one in each of the squares. I just have to kill them when they come at me.
You're the better Beyblade. Beyblade.
Blade.
Beyblade. Let it rip.
I killed all the Beyblades. And I leveled up, guys. There are more squares now. I just had to do that and then carry on.
Every time I sent a photo of my rabbit, Lemon would always say like a calorie count. And I sent the photos of some older photos of Coco and Snowball, and they were like, I won't say how many calories this time, and I'll say thank you. And they're like, I just want to see bunnies. I'm like, good. And now they've just sent 500 calories. And then they deleted it.
Oh, there are so many Beyblades.
I saw that, Lemon.
There are so many Beyblades.
Out of context. Someone playing Evoland. There are so many Beyblades. Who started the Beyblade joke? Was it me or was it you?
I don't know, but there are so many Beyblades.
I think you were like, what are these things spitting at me? And I was like, Beyblade, let it rip.
Maybe.
And then I started talking about Beyblades, and then you left. And then I started telling people to donate.
Yeah, I
Because I went
just
to go
have
click on the chat to look at it.
Too many late rips.
I clicked like I clicked on like the stream pop up to decided to back up into like Twitch, and then it put me at the just your Twitch screen instead of like the chat itself, and so I almost clicked subscribe by accident. And then I went on tangent telling people to subscribe. I don't know what calories you're talking about. I would never. YouTube Reddit. Here. What's this then?
I'm walking in the void.
Checkmate.
I need to get to that chest real quick.
Photoshop? It's a screenshot on my phone. And also, I don't even have an Adobe subscription. What the hell do you mean?
I don't know how to get
Or
to
maybe
the
that's
chest.
my evil twin. It's the exact same account. This is like when Pokemon like gets proven wrong and he deletes the message and then goes,
Yeah.
"What do you mean I said that? I never said that." It's just like,
Gaslight
bro,
us.
shut up. Oh, let me guess, you're gonna change your profile picture away from the cute cat so that the screenshot looks invalid for him.
This hurts my brain.
What brain?
That wasn't very nice, Chris.
Was it wrong? No.
Yes. It was extremely wrong. Let's go this way now.
This world reminds me of something, but I don't know of what.
It does seem familiar.
Yeah. One of the Twitch streamers I follow has a really funny out of context username because it's just Slammer, which I think was a second capital R. And I just get a notification at the bottom of my screen, Slammer, and then capital R is alive. Slammer is alive. Slammer.
Oh, this is so weird.
Would you like my assist?
I have to figure this out.
Would you like my assist? They perfectly still. Does the mirror person do exactly the opposite of what you do?
see what happens there.
Does the mirror guy do the exact opposite that you do?
Huh?
Does that mirror guy do the exact opposite that you do?
No, that's my past things. So I have to redo it, and then but it plays them all at the same time.
Oh. I thought it was like the Princess Quest thing, where it's like a shadow version of yourself, so it's the opposite movements that you do.
I'm just trying to figure this out, because it's weird.
I'm just gonna bring a solo can outside, because I forgot to put it in our 10 cent bag.
Right, so now if I just go like that. Oh! Wait, so I can do it with one of my other attempts. Okay. This is all timing. This is all timing. Okay. Shoot. So as soon as it lets me go, I'm going to go up, left. Okay. So now as soon as it lets
I've
me go...
given up on you.
Oh, I went too early. This is so weird. I really hate this. Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it!
Are you good?
I did it!
Good job.
Yeah. If there's another one of these, I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry. Because if you cry, then I'll cry.
Do you know what the eye symbol means? Yes. Shoot, I thought I was going to switch from. Yeah, whatever. No one cares about you. Violet.
I just wanted to remind you that you forgot to put up the Chris time screen with the Himiko on it.
Oh no, I did.
Yeah, I got really sad because I was trying to tell you, but you had already left.
I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's just go over and
Is that a vibe?
do
Did you vibe to that?
that. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're one Don't Give Up, which is around half a liter, so but a bit less than half.
Oh, I get it.
That's
So I have to use these extra ones to be able to get through to the end.
Oh, it's a dog with a watermelon for a hat. What are you meant to do?
So we need to use these like extra things to get them killed so we can go through to the next part. Like that. I like that. That was a cool little puzzle.
Would have solved it instantly.
Yeah, I just think it's quite cool because I didn't know what I was meant to be doing in the first place. Because it didn't
Check
really
your
explain it.
DMs.
DMs?
Yes, I sent it to you earlier. Around.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
Yeah, remember I was talking about how his eyes were weird on the Pro Controller?
That
Yeah.
is weird.
Do you see what I mean now?
Yeah. I don't like
There's
that.
no other Pikachu on it because the rest of the time it's just lightning bolt, so that's why I only showed the one part of the controller.
So now I think we have to come down here. Yeah, that's the chest.
Also, the controller is very drifty. I hate it.
Yeah.
I plug it into my laptop sometimes to like play Deltarune because the final boss of chapter 1 it's like really hard for me to do with keyboard. I just use the controller, and it's a bit drifty because the drift doesn't really matter much. But I plugged it in to play Genshin Impact on my laptop. Again, charger problem. And my camera was just spinning right round like a wicked baby. Right round, round, round. And I was like, bro, are you serious? I love the fact that the last 2 messages that I've sent to Pokemon. I keep saying wrong names. Mike. The last one I sent to him was that like passive like nightmare or like past nightmare. I'm dead inside gift. And the second to last one is a comic / meme about Well, I'll just DM the meme too because I find it very funny. But people who don't play Genshin might not get it. Like, you can still get why it's funny, but you might not get why it's like more funny compared to other things if you don't understand the characters. You can still find it funny, but it's not as funny as if you need the characters. But I've just sent you the meme that was the second to last thing I sent to both sides from Mike.
Oh, that's what we're meant to do. So
Context, because you probably don't know the characters. Lumine is the female main character. Child, Tartaglia, Ajax, whatever you want to call him. He is like a bad guy that's sometimes good. Like, we don't really know his motivations. And the guy sitting on the table sipping drinks is named Zhongli. He's basically the god of one of like the regions that's based off of China, so I believe it's called China. And he faked his death because he was bored with being a god.
Oh.
Yeah. And turns out he makes the money of the world, and money doesn't just like get traded. It like disappears. Cause you use it to like make like cook food and like alchemy and shit. You need money to infuse into it. And since he stops being a god, he stops making money. And so not only is he poor as fuck, and by that I mean he always forgets his wallet, but also now there is the threat of money just running out and nobody having any money to do any alchemy or cooking or anything, and not being able to buy anything, and it's like, bro, what the fuck? Because his godly powers made the money. Because it's a magic money. And you need the magic money to do things like alchemy, because you have to spend money. Not to pay someone to do it, but to do it yourself, you have to spend money. So it's like you're infusing the money into the thing. So it's like now that he stops being a god and stops making the money, what happens when we use up all the money? We're just gonna stop doing alchemy, we're gonna stop cooking food, we're just gonna eat raw meat? Is that what we're gonna do? Mr. China God? Yeah, and bro did it in the most dramatic way possible though. Because like, one of his forms is like a dragon, and once a year he like goes to the mortals in his dragon form to read out their wishes and try his best to like communicate with humans. But he hated doing that because he's like, I can't connect with mortals in a better way when I do that. I can't connect with mortals as Morax, which is his godly name, but I can do it better with Astronomy, which is why I want to like doing that. But bro waited for that one time of year where oh my god. Bro waited for that one time of year when everyone's watching him trying to get their wishes come true, and then faked his death in front of like the entirety of China. And made it look like an assassination. Bro did it in the most dramatic way possible. Bro's a drama queen. But look at your DMs when you're done fighting yourself.
Yeah.
Or whatever you said you were doing.
I'm going to die.
Well, once you die, check your DMs, because I sent the meme. Because there was the I'm dead inside thing, which is a gift I've sent to you before. And then there, as the most recent thing I sent to Mike, and then there was the meme I just sent you as the second most recent. Like, no messages in between them, nothing, no text, nothing. That is how me and Mike converse. Wait, when you go like top down,
Oh, why would you do
are
that?
you like playing it like a Mario game?
Huh?
When you go like top down, do you play it like a Mario game?
Yeah, pretty much. And they keep hitting it, so I go top down, so they can hit me better, and I can't hit them because I can't
Oh, and
hit them when I'm like this.
they don't go like a Mario game when they go top down, but you do.
Yeah, they keep hitting it, so they can hit me better.
Is there full damage?
No, but I'm dead pretty much.
Aw. One day would be full damage, so you could die faster.
I died.
Enjoy your lake. Enjoy your lake. Enjoy your lurk, Pokemon.
No, enjoy your lake.
I'm gonna check you doing.
They're still attacking me even though I'm dead.
They're a bit confused, but they got the spirit. Did you see the thing?
Yeah.
The child Tartaglia, the child is like a nickname, but his real name's Ajax Tartaglia. He's the orange hair. Morax, the god who faked his death like the most drama queen way possible, is the guy sipping tea, and then Lumine is the female main character. She's the blonde, short-haired girl in the corner.
Alright.
Salt in the wound, for real. Oh wait, I said enjoy your lurk, Pokemon. I meant to say Lemon. I mixed up your names. Like, I read it as Lemon, but I said Pokemon because I was thinking Pokemon.
I need to guard the top down thing, so they don't hit it. No!
How are you even meant to win? How are you even meant to win?
Kill myself. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
What? What? What other way would you mean it?
The shadow version of myself.
Are these your shadow versions?
Yeah, pretty much. Come at me, bro.
But they don't seem to be dying.
Oh, they have health at the top, underneath the follow goal.
Oh. I thought that was just a glitch though, for like your own health or some shit.
Oh, go away! You literally are mean. Oh, worst insult you could ever use.
Yeah.
I kind of died, chat.
Skillshare.
I'm covering both healths. Like, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused about the health.
I'm gonna move over here. Follow goal is gonna move down here. Now you'll be able to see both. Why does there have to be 3 as well?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even hit myself once. That would usually be a good thing. Oh, you're so mean. Actually, stop existing. Go away. Go away. You're mean. Go away. Stop bullying me.
No.
Why not?
Okay, can I tell you some exciting news that I found out?
No.
Please.
You say no to me, I say no to you. It works both ways.
Please.
This
Fine,
is a two-way
yes.
street.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I tell you an exciting thing?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, last I checked, I hit 200 subscribers on YouTube, but I just checked, apparently I'm at 201.
Yo, cool.
Yeah! And I'm at 438 videos. you want to guess
Oh,
how many
literally go
years I've
away.
been?
Not you.
Guess how many years I've been doing I've been doing YouTube for?
How long?
Almost 4.
Oh, cool.
I made my YouTube account with 2 days before my birthday in 2019.
Oh, I can't lose this. Can't lose this now. 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 Oh, I've lost this. I've lost this. Come on. Oh, I was 1 hit away.
I can't lose this now. I can't lose
I
this
was
now.
1
I've
hit
lost
away.
this. I've lost this.
I was 1 hit away.
2.
I'm gonna cry.
It's okay.
It was gonna give me so much XP as well. If I'd gone over to the XP, I would have leveled up and got all my health back. I just hit all 3 at the same time. No! Don't hit the thing! What's the thing? What's the thing? What's the thing? Hit it, hit it, hit it. Ooh. Don't hit it! You hit it. Now I'm going to hit you. Oh, I just hit it by myself. And again. I keep hitting it. It's not even the shadow It's not even the shadow me issue anymore. I keep hitting it myself. Woo! I just killed one of them. I just killed one of them. I just killed one of them. There's only 2 hits left. 2 hits left. And I've got over half my health. This is the easiest difficulty as well. Just take a minute to think about that. This is the easiest difficulty, and there's 3 difficulties. I got the fragment of time! Let's go! The airship! So that's where it went. It got swallowed up.
What got swallowed up?
The fly machine that Sid made for us. It got eaten by the anomaly. And we get to do a shoot 'em up mode again. I loved it last time.
That skeleton you just think got you up.
Oh, wait, no, we don't. Flying wing. Use the attack. No. Land. We're in the... So we're back in the present? Can't be, we didn't activate the magic lift. I touched nothing. Some claim that this Sylph forest are locating outside the boundaries of time. This must be what they mean. This is really a strange place, don't you think, Benson? It's this one. Welcome to the Sylph forest. All times... Heroes come far wide to Oracle in the next quest, as she knows. Is that Mario?
What?
Link? It's a bunch of video game like heroes all
No,
lining up to find their
I
next
thought it
quest.
was.
Like
I thought
Mario
it was
says,
the one that
I
looked.
really hope she's not going to get kidnapped
Talk.
again.
Let me talk. I
Sorry.
thought it was just someone who looked like Mario and like wasn't actually Mario, and then you were just like joking.
You must get permission from the. Yes, he says, I really hope she's not going to get kidnapped again. Welcome, heroes of this world. I am no hero, I only wish for my son. I know, Menos. The currents of time keep no secrets from themselves. All events occur here time and again. Ad infinitum. Just can't say that, but that means everything is already written. Everything we do is meaningless and pointless. Pointingless. Quite the opposite, chat. The choices you make shape your destiny, and conversely, fate moulds your choices. Only if you possess absolute freedom, the ability to change everything. You're talking about Jensen, aren't you? Yes, Jensen is one of those few. His past, present and future choices may change everything or nothing. Does that mean he can save my parents and village? And that I might aid my son before it is too late? Yes, perhaps, and much more still. But if you first gather the 5 fragments of the Magi Key, is that not why you are here? I have one question for you. Ask away, Velvet. Isn't it risky to use the Magi Key? It could very well destroy more than it could save. The sheer impact of such an event on space-time. I cannot answer your question, Velvet. That is one you humans must tackle. The selves, past and present, are without meaning and are cause and effect. There is no yesterday or tomorrow, only the eternal now. In this now, you are at once here and not here. You are saying that what we see as before and after to you is an eternity? Precisely, Mouse. That is why we cannot judge things as good or bad. They are simply parts of the same whole, so why would one try to differentiate between them? I'm not sure I understand everything, but I do agree nothing is ever entirely black or white. Take Renault, for instance, he wanted to kill a lot of humans, and in a way he
Hold on.
succeeded.
Chat said black or white, right? Or white?
I think so,
Black
yeah.
or white, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yin yang is both black and white.
Fair enough.
Not or.
Because
Yeah?
without him, we wouldn't have reached the weapon. But if it had been me and the Empire killed my family, wouldn't I have done the same thing? I'd like to think I wouldn't, but I can't ever be sure of that. I suppose at times we can only judge our actions after the fact. Oracle, can you give us a Magi Key fragment? Had it been in my possession, I would have gladly given it to you, but the Magi entrusted it to the guardian of our sacred grove. Long has the guardian watched over the grove, but his strength has withered away. He was eventually corrupted by the evil spirits of the forest, and whatever that said. I don't think he can hear you in his current state, and keep in mind that different eras tend to merge in the sacred grove, so beware not to wander too much. Is there no way to help the guardian? Maybe we could get rid of those sadistas. It won't be an easy task, but perhaps with a sylph's tear, such a thing does not really exist, as we sylphs have neither past nor future. We have no sadness, no regret, and therefore no reason to shed tears. And yet I feel certain you will come by, sylph's tear. How can that be? Go see Finrella at the grove's entrance. She can surely help you. Another challenge to overcome, Jensen. Sounds dangerous. Oh, but maybe there was some Magi ruins to excavate. I've always taken to walks in the forest. The final choice draws near, Jensen. This is only for one fragment. You wish to enter the sacred grove. I'm afraid that it's impossible for mere humans. But wait, you there. You are not entirely human. Who, me? What are you trying to say? I can hardly believe it. You have sylph blood in you. Then you must possess certain powers. Did you never wonder why? Me? A sylph? No, you're not a sylph yourself, but you must have one in your family. Someone in my family. Yes, and to enter the sacred grove you shall have to find them. But that's impossible. My family, my whole village is... Think. There must be a member of this girl's family somewhere. You must find the sylph and retrieve one of her tears to enter the sacred grove. So we need to go find a sylph in Chat's family.
Hey, do you think after stream you could check my community tab on YouTube? Thanks.
Oh yeah?
You can hear it after stream, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like how I was talking about how much I'm chugging water and how like healthy I am for chugging water. And then I have a solo can that's like almost empty right next to me as well. And this is my second one of the hour. It felt like it's that stonks meme, but instead of saying stonks, it's health, but without the A. Health.
So do we have to go back to the past? We shouldn't have to go through the bits one by one. We should be able to go like to whichever one we want. We should be able to choose. Wonderful, you have the fragment of time. I would never have thought it would be inside the anomaly. Only you gents were able to capable of finding it there. I'm happy I chose you. We share one destiny. Come and see me if you need more information on the fragments of the key. So we've got to go and find a sylph tier. However, the hell we're meant to do that. How long have we got left? Another half an hour.
How long
Half an hour.
is the stream going for?
Probably another half an hour.
No, how long has it been going for?
Oh, how long has it been going for? About 3 hours almost? No. Yeah, almost 3 hours.
Bro, I'm so tired.
Well, man.
What the hell?
What?
I was scrolling through my videos to find one because I remembered like it didn't perform well like months and months after I posted it, but it's been 11 months and like the past month it's starting to blow up. And like when I first uploaded it, it got like 20 views, and now it's at 1.3k
Oh.
views. My videos get like 20 to 30 usually, if even.
Damn.
And this thing has gone 1.3k. And it's not even my most popular. Bro, my most popular is 1.8k. And then 1.1k. What the heck? Why are there so many people watching my videos? What the fuck? I'm actually scared now. What the hell? Stay away from me, you demons. I'm a small channel. Stay away. I'm not going to admit to being a big channel. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. You people I don't know.
I found an ice area. They said that there was an island in the south and west, didn't they? So let's just head over here. It actually is. Is that the forest? Still forest? Yeah, so we basically just need to come here as soon as we have a self tier. Ah, okay, so we don't have to go back to the Magi time to be able to come back to here. Okay, got it. Well, what do you know? Don't get many visitors around here. You're trying to escape the war, right? Yeah, sure. Of course, you are Finrod. Father to Finrost. You're my grandfather. The founder of Nibur Village. You're very sweet little lady, but I've known someone who's certainly too young to be your grandfather. It's true that I decided to establish a village here, but I haven't settled on a name yet. Now that you mentioned it, Nibur is a lovely name. Yes, perhaps I should call it that. No, wait, soon, a few years from now, you're going to meet someone, a sylph. And together you'll have the son, who's my dad. Young man, I believe your friend here has banged her head. Listen to me. You have to believe me. It's gonna happen. So I'm begging you. Ask the Sylph to wait for us here in the year 1000. Wait, no, not here. Everything will get destroyed by the weapon. On the bluff, where there is a statue of the Emperor after he's won the war, you have to promise. If it makes you happy, I promise. If you ask me, young man, your friend could use some rest. Okay, then let's head out. So now we have to go back to our present on the island. I'm getting into it. The story is getting good.
I still don't get it. Look, look, look. I'm already wasting enough of my brain cells trying to comprehend the Genshin lore, and I have given up on trying to understand the Honkai Star Rail lore. I'm not going to get Evoland lore anymore. No matter how much you try to explain it to me.
Evoland lore video coming soon. Probably not, to be fair. I don't have the brain capacity for that. I'm going to have to do about 3 years of research to be able to do that. It took me about 2 months to prepare for that What's Next for William Afton video. And it's probably all going to be wrong. Right, let's head to the bluff. Where we're meeting the Sylph. Is it going to be here? It is! Grandma? Chat, you haven't changed a bit, my dear. But how? This is the first time. We already met once when you came to Sylph Forest such a long time ago, but I suppose for you it was only yesterday. But I don't even remember. We only spoke briefly. At that time I was but a young Sylph and none of us. But after seeing you humans with your boundless hopes and bubbling excitement, I wanted to explore the world for myself, so I left the forest for good, even though I knew my choice would mean a short-lived life. So that's how you met Finrod. Yes, my journey began with all the places I'd only heard of. The world is so beautiful and fragile, no day like the one before. I had never felt so free. Eventually I met your grandfather, Finrod. He was quite shocked to meet Sylph, I should say. Many years later, as his last bit of strength faded, he remembered promising a slightly mad girl that I would meet her here. I've waited for you since that day. Oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry. All this time you were here so close by. I regret nothing, chat. True, my life was a short one, but I've felt more things within a few years than I did spending eternity in the forest. I'm only sad to leave this world behind. Now having been able to hold you, and having to see you grow up and be happy, not being able to help you in your adventures. Oh, Grandma, but you do help me. Every time I use my power to aid anything, you're with me. Thank you. Thank you, my sweet chat. Thank you, granddaughter. Live each day like it's your last and treasure every moment because time will pass you by, and leave this to you as a farewell gift. Chat, your grandma's a Sylph. That sounds so wrong. Uh-oh. That sounds way worse than it should. So is that the tear? That's the tear. Sylph's tear. Death always makes you cry. Fair enough. So now we've got to fly back over to the forest.
You're still there?
I am still here.
Okay, you got quiet and I was scared.
I really want to get like the rest of the fragments today, but I don't think we're going to get a chance. Hello? You have Sylph's here. Be careful not to lose your way in the sacred groves. Different eras merge there. Okay, come on, chat. Let's get through this. Let's get through this sacred grove that they speak of. Ooh. Oh, great. There's slimes in here. We have to use, like... What the heck? I just got murdered. Oh. Huh. Oh, no, we still died. Maybe do we use Manos to kill it? No?
I'm bored.
Okay. Because we need to kill it somehow. Maybe I just need to... Oh!
I just found my favorite post on.
Huh?
It's like my irrational childhood fear, and it's like a photoshopped image of a shark in a very shallow and very much public-looking swimming pool, but it's like just the underwater moment, and it's like my irrational childhood fear, because it's like sharks in the public swimming pool.
Oh.
I never had that fear. I just had the fear of jumping into the pool.
I just had a fear of water in general.
I mean, yeah, same. But I also had a fear of jumping into the water.
Yeah, fair enough.
I am under the water. Please help me. Did you see the meme, by the way?
What meme?
The meme with the Zhongli, Tartaglia, and Lumine.
Oh, I forgot.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Do you remember all the characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zhongli was the god of China that faked his death like but with the most drama queen way possible. Child is the bad guy, good guy that's kind of in love with a god, but still just a human who tells his siblings he's a toy maker for some fucking reason. And then Lumine is the main character. I mean, there's also her brother Aether, but like, nobody picks Aether these days. Lumine is girl boss.
Oh. Yeah. Fair enough.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
Did you read the little?
Yeah.
Is that seriously the part you're focusing on? I love it. I think I found this on Hoya Lab, which is like the creators of Genshin's app, where they let you post anything about their games. So it's like Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd, Tears of Themis, Genshin Impact, and I think one more is like what they have on here. Let me check. Yeah, so there's just regular like Hoya Lab like posts, just like miscellaneous. There's Zenless Zone Zero, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd, Honkai Star Rail, and Genshin Impact. And you can post anything about those games on the app, and I found that on the app, and I was like, bro, I need to save this right now. This is fucking hilarious. I have more. Sometimes I just scroll through like the Genshin, the Hoyo thing, just looking for memes. And it takes me like a couple minutes to find them. I find them.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're being British.
Yep. All day, every day. Proud.
British in it.
I just don't really know where I'm going,
Here's another meme from Hoya Lab, but it's for their other game, Honkai Star Rail. the gray-haired ones are the main characters, and then the pink hair and the black hair on the left are like the free characters you get at the start, and then the character on the demon is like a character that's gonna come out soon but hasn't come out yet, and they're like a villain, but like everyone loves him. I'm not gonna stay up too late. Okay, Mom. Love you too. Mom said it's so depressed that she's just tired. Did you see the meme?
Yeah.
No, not the my ass is
Oh.
flat meme, the other one. I sent a new one. Gray hair is main character. Person on the demon is character that hasn't come out yet. The other two are just free characters you get at the start of the game.
Cool.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Fun fact, the main characters of Honkai Star Rail canonically love trash cans.
Cool.
Like, there's this, like, side quest you can do if you, like, inspect every single trash can in one of the planets you visit. And in one of the official promo videos from Honkai Star Rail, there's a clip of the female main character trying to dig into one of those trash cans, and the girl is pulling her away from it. To go hang out. And she just, like, tips the trash can over, and the trash can had, like, one of the other characters inside. It's like the main characters canonically just have like an affinity for trash cans, and I love it. Because like in the text in the game when you inspect trash cans is like just like going into great detail about how beautiful the trash cans are, and it's like it's a trash can. What the fuck? And it's talking about how like as you stare at the trash can more and more, its imperfections and dents don't seem to exist anymore, and its rusty metal begins to look shiny, and like you dig into the trash can as it has an luminous glow suddenly like blowing through it, and it's like, bro, do you have a crush on a trash can? I find it funny though. Genshin Impact doesn't have that kind of characterization for its traveler, and that's why I like Honkai more. Because you get shit like this where the main character is literally in love with the trash can.
Fair enough. I don't get.
Maybe that's why their hair is gray, because gray is the color of trash cans.
I'm gonna have to grab a guide up for Sylph Forest.
Dumbass.
I genuinely just don't know what I'm doing.
Because you're dumb.
Yeah.
He admitted it, chat. He admitted it. Someone get it on camera. It still says you're playing Poke Clicker.
Yeah, it's still running in the background.
Oh. You've been playing it for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I have it running in the background whenever my PC's on.
Oh, so you've been on your PC for 4.5 hours?
Yeah. What? Who just killed me?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna have to watch a YouTube video. Okay. So, this geezer does everything that I've done.
Bro's watching a YouTube tutorial.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're on about. Literally.
Yo, it's 111 here. Jensen, the time is 111.
Yo. Oh, get on with it. done all this. Get on with it. Okay. Yeah, that's the point that I'm at.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back.
Huh?
I'm gonna be right back.
Right. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay. So I've got to head back over here. And just completely go back to the past. Then head back over here because these haven't grown yet. And now I'm stuck. Fantastic. So if I do that, now this isn't working. So I need to put that up, so that blocks his point of view. Why is there another clip Pokemon? So these are wrong. Why is there a tomato? Okay, so maybe not that way. Why is there a Mario mushroom? Oh, wait. Oh, that makes sense.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm currently...
I forgot to mention something cool to you.
Go for it.
I kind of have to show you though. That's the thing.
I'm smashing Mario mushrooms.
Tell me when you're able to show stream my screen.
Hang on.
Tell me when it's on screen. Ow, my eyes. Tell me when.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Figure this out.
1.
That... that isn't what I meant.
Yeah, I
and
know.
You know it. Okay.
I'm on stream.
Hang on.
Okay.
Screen capture. Then Discord. There we go. Hang on, let me just check that that's working, otherwise... Yep, it's working.
Mm.
Damn. It's pretty cool.
Azul.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Real.
Ow, my head.
Oh.
I hit my forehead on the
Also a
camera. That
tree.
fucking hurt.
Trees are scary.
Why?
Because they keep trying to kill me. I don't
Trees?
really... Yeah, trees keep trying to kill me. And funnily enough,
What
I
trees?
don't really appreciate being killed by trees. Why is that
Oh, you
giant
don't
ice
say.
apple? Now it's... Oh, wait. Do I have to squash these?
The trees?
No, the giant apple things. I don't even know if they're tomatoes or apples or what. How do I get
Okay,
these?
you're now sitting on my speaker box because I'm wearing earpods, so it doesn't really matter how far away you are from me.
Oh, damn.
And also, that's just where I put my stuff whenever I'm charging it. So, you get to sit here now. Also, the Danish butter cookie box is magnetic, and I put my iPad on it, and it has the part that's magnetic that attaches to the screen on top of the cookie box. So the cookie box got picked up by the iPad.
Cool.
And I was like, what the fuck is it? Did I glue this Danish cookie box into my iPad? And I'm like, oh yeah, magnetism.
How the heck do I do this?
You get better.
Do I need to use this guy?
No, you need to fix your skill issue.
Oh.
Just oh. That's all you could mutter.
Oh, I just killed myself by accident.
For what?
I didn't mean to kill myself.
I would hope you wouldn't have meant to do that
yeah,
to
I meant to
yourself.
do it, sorry.
Bro, Procreate, why are you taking so long to load?
It's good for you.
It's not my skill issue, it's Procreate's skill issue. I'm not taking a while to load, Procreate is.
No, I think
Therefore,
it's
it's
you that's taking a while
Procreate's
to
skill
load.
issue and not mine.
I think it's you that's taking a while to load.
Fuck you, man.
No.
Just no.
Nuh-uh.
That's it. Nuh-uh. No, I ain't gonna fuck myself. I ain't gonna.
Why is
Nah,
there an
fuck
invisible
you.
chest?
Nah. No. Fuck you. No. What? And then it's the audio from the boys meme. I got this feeling now, you know that we're getting copyrighted. Do.
I need to do something about it.
I'm so happy right now.
Why?
Because my drawing looks so pretty.
Oh.
I'm just finishing up the line art, and then it'll be done.
Oh, I missed it. I froze 2 tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Okay.
She's so pretty. Why do I remind myself of that one Elizabeth Afton clip? She's so pretty and shiny. Didn't you make her just for me?
Oh, I just used the wrong one. I just used chat instead of Violet. Didn't mean to do that.
Skill issue.
Real.
No. I need a very specific brush, and usually I wouldn't assume that this brush even exists, and I'll just make my own. But this is Procreate, so I'm going to assume that this brush exists somewhere. You know, like whenever things float in like shows and like cartoons and that, they've got that like pretty like blue like ring that like gets smaller as you get closer to the floor, and that's how like they show that they're floating with like magic and shit.
Cool.
I'm trying to do that.
Pokemon said, Chris, did you forget to take your requests?
What request?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I guess I did, because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really have Discord on my iPad anymore because it signed me out. So, Pokemon, you'll have to type in chat what you mean.
Oh, I went too early. Damn. Yeah, we gotta end soon anyway. I'm gonna see if I can get through this bit, and then we're gonna ALM.
You said that this stream was going to be 3.5 hours. Usually you only make streams 3 hours. That's why it's been so much longer.
Uh-oh.
That's why I had to take a break.
Yoda tree. Come and disturb me.
Where is the brush I need? Dooda, dooda. Medium hard?
Wait.
Airbrush?
Most certainly the Forest Guardian.
Medium airbrush.
No, sincerely sorry,
Medium hard.
I'm not certain you can
Okay, I found the brush I want.
Let's try using the Sills tier.
I told you the brush existed. Boop.
From the Sadista's evil influence healed me you have. My thanks you have, younglings. I'm glad to see you're doing better, Forest Guardian. The Guardians we ran into before were slightly more aggressive. Reward you I must, yes. Sadly very little do I possess.
Are they talking like Yoda?
Dr. Seuss who? The Oracle told us that the Magi had entrusted you with a fragment of the Magi key. Indeed this fragment I have, and give it over to you I will. Good care you will take. Dangerous this fragment is.
Bro, shut up, Yoda. Just give us the bloody fragment,
We'll do
please.
our utmost to remember that vulnerable Yoda tree. We got another fragment. We got the nature fragment. And yet sad I am. Now
we got the nature fragment from Yoda.
So we've got nature and time. Trapped? But why? Overrun the sacred grove the Sadistas have. Strangers escape they cannot. That's awful. I can't be stuck here. The force I sense in you, younglings, aid you perhaps it can. It? The force? What force? Find it perhaps you can.
The force? This is just one really big Star Wars reference.
Way he has of speaking.
Jensen, not only does he sound like his Yoda, he said the force. This is just a big Star Wars reference.
We have to find it, Jensen, whatever it is. I'm not sure. I'm not in love with the idea of being stuck here my whole life. But what force was he talking about?
Boop.
That's a lot of tomatoes.
Boop. 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 Boop.
Get to the next save point, and then end.
Okay.
Hey.
It's getting late here, so I should probably leave this one.
About 12 years. Let me have some peace and quiet. What are you doing, huh? What exactly are you, anyway? What? You came to look for the thingy-majig. And now you're stuck in the grove. Jeez, what a Dumbo. Ask a Trunkadile.
Excuse me?
Got to introduce myself? Noi. And don't you go complain about my mum's talk. Oh, we got a new ally.
Oh.
Yo. That's pretty cool. Hey.
Right.
Oh, we literally play as the fairy when we do that.
No.
That's pretty cool.
For real, for real.
I think there might have been a recent save point, so we might just end anyway if we don't find one soon. I'm not sure how we're meant to get past this one. Ow. Ow. Those are the Trunkodiles? The big tree things that kept trying to kill us?
I think I finally finished the line art. Do you want to show stream the line art as the final thing when you're when you're ready to end stream?
Yeah. I'm hoping that there's a save
Alright,
point
just tell
soon.
me when. Just tell me when. I'm gonna start coloring.
Everything's so confusing for some reason. Another time
Mm.
you can join me if you want. Oh, do we have to go back up here?
I don't know. You know that one song on TikTok that's like government hookup? That one?
I didn't hear any of that.
That one TikTok song that's like government hookup goes like government hookup or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what this drawing reminds me of.
Oh, cool. All the way back around now. Wait, how do we get through there? Oh. Can we even go around there? So confused.
I'm so confused. I'm
Ah,
cursed.
there we go.
I did it! We did it! We did it! We
Wait,
did
never
it! Yay! Oh, okay.
Still don't know where we're going. This is actually a maze. I might even say it's a labyrinth. I think we might actually end here and just come back to this and just catch up with where we were, maybe.
Just give me a second.
Well, actually, wait, no, I figured it out.
Good job for you.
I'm just being really dumb about it.
Like usual.
Yeah. And we've got to go back really far to be able to find where we need to go. That's why
That sounds like a slow issue, I'm not gonna
because we
lie.
have to go really far back. What? Why can't I get around there? Oh, you're joking. I ain't got a clue where I'm going. Oh, wait. I figured it out. There we go. Pokemon I watch that clip just before we end. I think I'm probably going to end in a minute, I guess. Oh, wrong person. Yeah, we'll end when we get to the next like time portal thing. What? Oh, we have to go through here. And then we just need to wait to recharge for this one. And then we need to go all the way back. It's a lot of work for such little reward. Then if we head down here... Actually no. We'll do that. Then we can head through here. Which brings us here. Please be a save point. Oh, it's not. Why is there no save point? I need a save point right now. I don't know where I'm going. Oh wait, so yeah, I need to come all the way over here. And then I need to use chat to get this. Oh wait, no, I need to do it in the other one. Oh, this is so complicated. We've gone like further than I thought we would into the stream. Oh well, it's not that much further. Yeah, so we need to come over here. Use chat to get this tree thing over there. Follow it over. Because now it goes all the way. We need to use this to then didn't let it finish moving, that's why. We need to wait
Mm.
for that to finish moving.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Then I need to go here. Now it's gone. Wait, what? Oh, no, we're ending there anyway. Really can't be bothered anymore. We'll just redo anything that we lost. I'm just going to go back on though, see what we did lose. Seems like we didn't lose too much. Yeah, we're back literally where we were. We're fine. Okay, so we're going to watch this clip that Pokemon sent, and then we're going to end.
And then look at my drawing.
And then we're going to look at the drawing, then we're going to end.
Unfinished, but it's fine.
Here we go.
Dumbass.
I genuinely just don't know what I'm doing.
Because you're dumb.
Yeah.
He admitted it, chat. He admitted it. Someone get it on camera.
Well done. Now we're going to look at Chris's drawing, which is over
Okay,
here.
tell me when I turn on my video.
Hang on. There we go. As soon as... It's pretty cool. Not bad.
Did chat see it?
Chat is seeing it now. There we go.
It's not finished yet, but
Yeah. So.
Space stuff. This.
That is where we're going to end for today. Bit longer than normal.
Half an hour longer than normal.
Yeah. Ooh. Fishbait is live.
Let me join Twitch chat for the last second. I closed Twitch for lag reasons.
Fishbait is live, chat.
You could read them, yeah. Oh my god. I got scared because stream wasn't auto muted and I heard my voice.
I got Torterra on Pokeslots.
But I clicked the mute button, but the stream's not muted. There we go.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Bye, chat.
Hang on. /raid.
Hope you all enjoy your day.
Yep. Yeah. Next week's gonna be a Nuzlocke stream, and probably the week after we're gonna have Showdown.
Hey, bye, chat.